Hollow the Dinanon. You know what I'm saying? Hollow the Don. Hollow the Don to me epitomizes, or is the epitome rather, of a battle rapper. I think that he does everything well. I think the best battle rappers are well-rounded. They can do a little bit of everything, and he's that. He does, he freestyles. He has a good performance. He's lyrical. He has bars. He cracks jokes. He's unpredictable to me. And he's been one of my favorites for a long time. But it seems like there's a transition. I'm not sure what caused that. And the transition is how the culture is perceiving him. It seems to be different, but he's still God tier. He's beyond top tier. He's a veteran. And I think that he has to be in most people's top 10. I think he is one of the best battle rappers of all time. You know what I'm saying? I think he's been around from, he's transcended eras. And I'm not sure why this era seems to be counting him out at times, but I think he's still got it. He still does it all. And he's fresh. He also expanded his brand. I'm repping right now, LOM. I want to throw it up. Yeah, there we go. He got his brand popping. I think he is one of the greats, man.
Holla the Don. To me, Holla the Don is probably one of the greatest battlers to ever, be a part of this culture. He's been in every era. I know a lot of people like to say that Rex has been in every era. But Hollow actually has also been in every era and pretty much every league minus the original Smack DVD. You talk about Fight Club, you talk about 106 in Park, you talk about Grind Time, you talk about On the Street Battles, you talk about KOTD, you talk about Overseas, you talk about URL, you talk about RBE, you talk about 2-on-2s, freestyle off the top, off the domes. Hollow has done everything. On cam battles with RBE, he's done everything, and he's done it at a high level. He's been consistent early on in his career, and he's one of the toughest people to beat because you just don't know what he's gonna do, what he's capable of. But when he has a bad night, it's really a bad night. But that doesn't, to me, take away from everything that he's done when it comes to legacy. You got to remember that he headlined the first Summer Madness card. He headlined the first Gnome. He had a standout performance against Big T. Man, he was one of two people that gave Illmac a really, 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 really bad loss. Great 2-on-2 with Loaded Lux. Probably a top 5 to top 10 battle with Loaded Lux. Like, these accolades are incredible. He headlined Total Slaughter with Joe Budden. Like, come on. Like, you can't deny or take away the contributions that Hollow has given to this culture, no matter how his performances might not be up to the standard that we are accustomed to when it comes to him.
Hollow the Dinanon, man. Hollow the Don, a legend in battle rap, man. He went from Grind Time to URL, and he was dope in both leagues. He was at the top of his game in Grind Time. He was at the top of his game in URL. Coming off the Geechi Gotti battle, I was like, I need to do that dude's battle record. I need to see where he places in history. You know what I'm saying? He's on some people Mount Rushmore. I need to see what is his battle record. I'm about to start doing more battle records, man. And I needed to see what was Hollow's battle record. You don't got that many battles, about 20-something battles. But we're going to go through each and every one of his battles, man. Y'all stay with me. It's going to be a long blog. But you know how I do. Watch the blog, man. Don't be doing no complaining. Watch the whole video, commercials and all. You know what I'm saying? Let your boy get them coins. Commercials and all. Hollow the Don battle record, man. Coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're both in different races. Because while you're waiting on your stimulus check, I'm out here stimulating. While you're at the farm getting meds, I'm meditating. Your career's dead because ain't no dedication. You've been taking L's, cause ain't no elevation. That's why I ignored you half this time and spit half the rhymes for ill. I mean, I know you fuck with the yak, but you should've never got behind the wheel, motherfucker. I in Stockton, like dude, let's meet. Asking to burn me some beats, then choke him with the USB. I said cause he's a geek. You picture him with a dime hole making her flaunt it. You think he got her on it? He'll walk up to Black Baby and be like, hi ma, I'm Brian. Then there's that awkward moment. He's always on the net. I must say he's a geek, y'all. His mom bring the plate by the computer, he eats hard. He's dissing me, Hollow switch the date, he's a retard. Mention my name so much as grease stains on the H of his keyboard. The day I miss a step, it'll be the day Goodz gets a neck. Any day I step on this nigga set and say, fuck what y'all niggas rep. Cause if I'm vexed, put him to sleep, drag him on my jet. Just to make the picture clear, kill him in the air. That's a high death. I hope you have a nervous death. Get prescribed Percocets and overdose till a nervous death and your pregnant wife is born with a birth defect. And just for giving the baby life, I even wish the nurse is deaf. But wait, y'all, that ain't the worst as yet. I slept on the church's steps to sneak into his funeral to make sure his hearse gets wrecked. Nigga, I'ma come on my M shit, dive in it and hide for 5 minutes, come back with a fuck a Verb hat and a t-shirt that says I did it.
Let's get into this battle record, man. It's gonna be a long video, man. Normally I kind of go from like the beginning of the video or your career to the end of your career. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of predictable which way I'm going. But this particular battle record, I want to skip around a little bit. So bear with me. I want to skip around a little bit. So the first battle we're gonna talk about, Charlie Clips. Known 5, man. I was in the building for this battle.
Man, I'm all the way from the Dallas, Texas. Unbias review. New York. TV, Unbias review, man. We in the building, bro. Known 5. You already know what it is.
Let's get into the battle. Round one from Hollow, man, is pretty much flawless. It's like vintage Hollow. He kind of gave you a little bit of everything. You know, he had a bar, you want to be friends and play with these words. We got apps for that. I remember liking that bar. You remember this around the time when Clips didn't really have 3 rounds. So he said, load with the old Clips, first 2 hot and the last one gets stuck like the old Clips. Basically saying, you know what I'm saying? You always got 2 good rounds, but the third one, you kind of getting stuck. You know what I'm saying? Choking, stumbling, you get stuck.
I ain't saying your shit whack, but bro, it's the same move every time you kick that. Set a punchline, set a punchline. That's how you spit that? Just a candy rapper with 4 bars. You would see how easy it is to predict that?
Shit like that.
The way he ended that was crazy. So his first round was pretty much flawless. Clips comes back in the first round. He looked a little bit shaken in that first round. You see, Hollow had really rocked the building in round 1. I think that Kit Kat bar, he kind of knew he had already had, you know, them 3 and 4 bar buildup. So when Hollow said you just a 4 bar candy rapper like a Kit Kat, he already knew he was about to come with that. So I felt like the beginning of his first round, I'm looking at Clips.
Let's get it popping. Yo, Clips is on you. All right. I said.
He's kind of thinking of a rebuttal and everything. He had the rebuttal about, you know, something about we gonna jump your mother or whatever. It was a pretty good, decent, little funny rebuttal.
But please, please don't come up here and act like your mom's tough, cause I bet 1,000 large bucks that in real life my mom will fuck your mom up.
I like how you talk that shit. Here's where it goes down like a fucking plumber. I'll body every nigga on your side, put him in sleeping bags, that's a fucking slumber. And if your moms do hook on mine, cool. We gonna jump your mother.
I like the whole Sleepy Hollow activist bars he had. I kind of like that. I thought that was nice. You know what I'm saying? The Sleepy Hollow horse. You know what I'm saying? Fake activist lean. I like those bars. So I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, Clips. Hollow, you my nigga, but what the fuck is up? You had a chance to put battle rap on mainstream, but you fucked it up. Your rounds got drier and drier. Man, you fucking suck. How were you able to clean up Big T, but you couldn't wash Budden up? like that. But then when this was all said and done, man, I had to get a first round of Hollow, bro. I had to get a first round of Hollow. Round 2 from Hollow, he did a Harlem scheme, which kind of, I think he like, what did he say? It went through such and such. He had a like T-Rex, Head Ice and Charlie Clips and Mook or something. He had a little Harlem scheme that was actually pretty decent. He had his fat jokes, you know they were coming.
This nigga must have made a mistake if he said he asking for beef. He left Ruby Tuesdays to go to Fridays to get a Sunday. You just ate half of the week.
Kind of like that. I like that. That was kind of funny. I kind of like that. Harlem nigga with no bread. He kind of went to that whole thing. This is when he started talking about the LLC and how I was selling your shirts. You wasn't even smart enough to license them or whatever. Now I own the company or I own your brand. You can't even use Psych I Lie no more. I actually thought that was clever. Like I said before, I saw the Psych I Lie t-shirts being sold outside by some regular guys. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Clip selling his shirts. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, it wasn't even Clips. It was Hollow people. So I actually thought that was dope. You need to own equity. There's no equity in views and mentions. Now that I'm giving y'all the business, watch them start losing interest. That's dope. That's a nice little business scheme. I like the way Hollow's second round ended from like the middle of the second round to the end. I thought it was nice. Clips comes back the second round. He tries to rebuttal the Psych I Lie. Like, oh, Psych, I can't say that no more. I don't own it. It was alright. You know, it was alright. He had like a D's nuts joke. And then he went into like, he really wasted his second round, bro. I gotta keep it real with you. He started going at D Chambers. Then he started going at Cortez. And he spent way too much time on them niggas, bro. He started talking about how you used to live in my house, Cortez. Why are you standing on Hollow's side? It honestly came off as like he was bitter or something, you know, at the end of the day. Like, yo, I used to let you stay with me. Why are you over here on Hollow's side? It came off as like kind of weak in my opinion. Then he did a little multiple choice. He brought John out and it was just kind of like, yo, let me, you know, I got a multiple choice on how you got up off the floor talking about the John fight.
I said John walked in. He said LOM. Then swung on him right at the door. But you failed. I got a multiple choice on how you got on the floor. Is it A? Is it A, the floor was slippery? You fell inside the club? Is it B, when you grabbed them, you realized you're not a thug? Is it C, it wasn't lean, it was some other kind of drug? Hey, John, what was it? It was D, nigga, all of the above.
Shit like that. Bang.
I actually thought that was pretty clever, personally. I thought that was kind of dope. It really didn't hit because it seemed like he changed his whole second round just to go at Cortez and D Chambers. So I felt like that really messed his round up. Too much going to other people. There's no way I can give you this round. And it wasn't even that dope, to be honest with you. So I got Hollow already up 2-0. Hollow comes back in the third round. This was actually Hollow's worst round of the battle. I didn't really think it was that clever. He kind of like got into like a real jokey joke bag, kind of like went to like a little bit of his grind time days. I felt like there's even a part in the battle where he says, oh, y'all want gun bars. Let me get back to the gun bars. But by then I felt like he had lost way too much momentum and lost too much of the crowd. Clips had a pretty decent third. It was better than Hollow's. I gotta give it up. He had the Shane Sung bar. I remember that. Like, I'm beating you with all the people I turned into all the people that I beat you with or whatever. That was like the highlight of his round, to be real with you. I gave Clips a third, but I got Hollow winning this battle 2-1. So Hollow is already 1-0. Y'all make sure y'all taking notes at home, man. Hollow the Don right now after the Clips battle is 1-0. What's next? Goodz the Animal. Hollow the Don versus Goodz. Second battle I'm going to talk about, man. Goodz was coming off the conceded battle when he battled Hollow. This is around the same time I started blogging, so this was like a battle I was definitely interested in. And Hollow immediately jumps on him with the underarm jokes like, Brad, them pits wasn't looking good. Even he said he don't mess with Hollow. He a pipe buster. He'll be the first to let it fly. You right, brother. He had the Mark Sanchez bar. He did Rex in his first round. I thought Hollow had a solid first round. Goodz had a rebuttal on the whole sweat thing, like Burberry, that sweat was looking good or something. It was a pretty decent rebuttal. You lost the arse, clearly no debating. If a nigga say I lost a battle, clearly you know he hating. I like that. That kind of became Goods' little slogan in battles. That clearly no debating thing. That kind of became his slogan. He dissed them about NYB. I didn't have to know math to put hands on niggas. Basically saying in these streets, you ain't nothing without math and hands.
Down the streets, I'ma kill you. Cause the street people knows I'm what you put your money on. But you the stripper, cause you might only beat me on the pose.
Crazy. I like that. I like that, Goodz. I like that. Then he follows it up with one of the worst battles in URL history. You gonna take so many losses in the Ultimate Rap League that you are a L. No, 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 no.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't you ever battle no fucking more.
God damn, my nigga. That's one of the worst bars ever, bro. That's one of the worst bars. I gotta keep it real with you, man. That's one of the worst bars ever. Follow that up with why is Goodz always drinking? Because I'm already celebrating my win. Despite all that, I still gave Goodz the first round. Hollow comes back with a rebuttal. It was actually kind of trash. One of the few trash rebuttals Hollow be having early on in his career. Niggas call me hands because they could count on me. No, they ain't really talking about nothing. That's a weak ass rebuttal. I'm sorry. He dissed Charlie Clips. Your man Charlie Clips did one battle and think he's top 3 now. How we supposed to believe Charlie got clips when we only seen 3 rounds? Like that, like that. He had the high def bar. That was fire.
Any day I step on this nigga set and say, fuck what y'all niggas rep. Cause if I'm vexed, put him to sleep, drag him on my jet. Just to make the picture clear, kill him in the air. That's a high def.
Follow it up with the Albie short bar and then the two-pay scheme. My niggas aim and squeeze when we bout these arms. He tried to reach and was spitting out blood because he brushed me wrong. Round 2 from Goodz. Once again, man, Goodz had one of the worst bars in URL history, bro. Run of the worst bars in URL history.
But I ain't got no regrets, man. Check game. I put these Verb niggas under my wing, right by the sweat stains. Grab Hollow, throw him in a headlock while I'm trying to break his neck. He's screaming out, "Yo, Chambers, help!" I'm like, "Shut up, little nigga. Take this sweat."
I mean, you saying dumb shit like that. I can't get you around. I mean, I just can't get you around, man. I gave the second round to Hollow. We already know how round 3 came up. Goodz obviously threw the battle, basically forfeited that round. He wasn't going to be Hollow in that round either. I got to keep it Hollow in that round. Let me read you what Hollow said in his 3rd round. He already had the bang, 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 Craig's pop. That bar was fire. Then I said, fuck it. Goodz turned mad puss. He knew he'll get cooked. It'll be a bad look. I put the pressure on him and said, do the fucking battle. He was mad shook. He knew I was fire. So I damn near had to strike him just to get a matchbook. That's crazy. Basically saying, I've been calling you out to battle. You ain't want to battle. You knew I was fire. I damn near had to strike you just to get a matchbook. I'm sorry, Goodz. You didn't say nothing better than that. You just can't say nothing better than that. Hollow wins the 3rd round. Got him winning the battle 2-1. So we are 2 battles in, man. 2 battles in. I got Hollow at 2-0. 2 battles in. Hollow the Don is 2-0. What's next? Okwerdz. This is one of my favorite battles from Hollow. I'm not gonna even lie, bro. This was grind time Hollow. This top of your A game Hollow right here. Okwerdz at the time was a very big battler in grind time, man. So shout out to him because he did his thing, made his mark in battle rap, and pretty much a grind time legend if we keep it real, because he definitely made his mark. Round 1, Hollow had the I swear bars.
And once again, I swear, the reason him and Verb ain't battle because he told Sonny get the G's up. Sonny got most of it but couldn't bump the G's up. And he still didn't do it. What a fucking diva! Shit. And I swear, if y'all YouTube Okwerdz vs. Jack Cracker, see him get booed off stage by backpackers.
You know what I'm saying? That's when that whole thing came out. I used to use that what a effing diva meme a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Hollow for that. He tells a story about wanting Hollow and Khan to come to his Rex battle because he was worried. He was worried about his safety or whatever. So he had the I swear bars. You gotta remember, grind time was 90-second rounds. So these rounds was short as hell. So Hollow first round was pretty much full of just the I swear part. Okwerdz first round, he kind of revamped. He kind of really was trying to rap like Hollow. How do you put it? If you put an intercom and a generator, then what the fuck does that mean? He was trying to like redo a lot of his bars.
You gonna need paintballs, 70 kinds,
napalm, chainsaws, machetes, and knives. Then paste on like 8 more ridiculous rhymes, and it's the same song every time. Look, I said, I hope you get raped to death by 3 Texas steers, get chopped up by electric shears, and then reincarnated as T-Rex's ear.
He had a decent little bar, then kind of said you reincarnated as T-Rex's ear. But I gave Hollow the first round, man. I thought Hollow had a better first round. Round 2, Hollow rebuttals the intercom and the generator, which is what Okwerdz had just said. This was a time in battle rap when Hollow started every round with a rebuttal.
Question I've been meaning to actually ask you. If you put an intercom in a generator, what exactly would that do?
Intercom in a generator. I don't have to clap you. What would that do? Knock off your Kango and crack your apple.
I went to the LA Cathedral, paid my respects and prayed. I saw Okwerdz chick, talked her in the back, caressed her face, fucked her, left a tip in a collection plate. Like that bar. He had to swear to God. This time I'm swearing with the left hand.
What said before this battle is one thing off limits when you spit, fam. I said, what that? He said, my dad ain't got that long left. I said, I swear to God, that's one thing I won't disrespect, fam. This time I'm swearing with the left hand. I went to his Stockton wetlands, took over his ex-pad, and made your stepdad the chef for the meth lab. His mom brings Sudafeds back, sit back and pick scabs. I think, damn, I did this bitch bad, but then I sit back and just laugh.
He had the geek awkward moment. That shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? That shit was definitely funny.
I said, 'cause he's a geek. You picture him with a dime hole making her flaunt it. You think he got her on it? He'll walk up to Black Baby and be like, hi, Ma, I'm Brian. Then there's that awkward moment.
Okwerdz in round 2. You moved to Houston from Queens. You got confused. You the only nigga I know who listened to Nas and Wu, Chopped and Screwed. That was actually pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty funny. You lost a fake battle with Conceited. That was pretty cool.
You got killed by Zilly, smashed by Franchise, and trampled in your region. Verb shattered him to pieces, and bitch, you even lost a fake battle with Conceited.
We got an impromptu battle right now. It's crazy, bad blood. Grind time East Coast is getting crazy, right? We got a crazy impromptu battle. Am I right?
Hollow the dinner and I'm about to chew this little motherfucker.
Blue sleep to a tutor. Ooh wee, I'm cooler. Sell trees to Bermuda. A Bill Gates a computer.
What up?
Brooklyn can see this nigga taking off his shirt in front of dudes. Let's go. You know I spot him, then I got him, then I pop him.
Call it in the air, Hollow. Call it in the air.
Head in the bed.
It's heads. You go first.
Call it. Who you want to go first?
Let him go first.
New York is in the building.
Hold it down.
Hold it down.
And wild, man. Listen.
I ain't gonna lie, I was mad about that, bro. When him and Conceited really didn't battle, I was actually mad when I saw Hollow and Conceited. I was like, oh, these niggas, this a fake battle? Get the fuck out of here with that. Nobody even follows you. If I took out an entire arsenal, then what can a Hollow do like that? But that still wasn't enough. I still gave Hollow the second round, too. I got him already 2-0 going into the third. Hollow starts the third round, rebuttals the Chop and Screw.
Only f***ing I know that listens to Nas and Wu, Chopped and Screwed.
What would Hollow do? Yeah, I was in the H, listening to Chopped and Screwed. I kill passwords, and I will kill Okwerdz too.
That was fire, bro. Like, his rebuttals was dope. If you go back to a name it refers, he's just okay with the words. Dope, bro. Dope. At Bad Blood, we didn't see Ock show up. That's why Non-Perishable put him on a creamy peanut butter, because you ain't got no nuts. That ended up being, like, honestly, one of my favorite Hollow bars right there, bro. That shit was crazy. Round 3 from Okwerdz, really not much of nothing, man. Not much of nothing in round 3. I pretty much gave all 3 rounds to Hollow, man. I got him winning this battle 3-0. Very, very dope battle. And this battle right here is kind of vintage Hollow. I'm not gonna front. This particular battle right here, the rebuttals between every round, the kind of like funniness mixed with the bars, mixed with the cleverness. This is kind of vintage Hollow in this battle, but 3 battles in and he is 3-0, man. Make sure you remember this at home. Take your notes, man. Hollow the Don at 3 battles in is 3-0. What's next? Tay Roc. Tay Roc versus Hollow the Don, man. Another battle I'm going to talk about on this battle record, man. I'm going to run through this one because, sometimes I like to give other people a chance to break down battles and talk about stuff. I like to spread the love on a battle record, man. So I'm going to let my homeboy 7 pretty much break this battle down. I did give this battle to Hollow the Don. I gave him the first and the third.
First round of Tay Roc versus Hollow the Don was real dope, real interesting round because, there was no coin toss. Tay Roc, he went off the top. He didn't want to wait around. He started off crazy bars. What is this shit about? Smack Joe Jackson, make me put this hit out. The Caribbean jerk chicken oxtail scheme that he had in that first round was fire. He also had an Ariana Grande line that blew up, literally. I remember back when this battle dropped, when he said this line about the Manchester bombing, it went viral, and a lot of Ariana Grande fans, they went at Tay Roc. This was a viral moment. So that line was in there. Roc was pretty much, man, he was just on his shit the whole first round, real aggressive. Roc was pretty much the face of URL at this point. It was Roc, man. It's me. Hollow to me started off slow in the bottom of the first, just a little bit. It seemed to me he was trying to match Tay Roc's energy. But, after he got a little bit more comfortable, man, he had some dope sports references. Take the fatigues off in 2K. I want to see the same energy that had the crowd going crazy. The McGregor arm bar. Hollow the Don in the first round. The thing about it to me was that he had a lot of overhead type of content. When you look at this first round between Roc and Hollow the Don, I think it simply comes down to Hollow's performance, being able to put a lot of little things within to one pot versus Tay Roc just doing what he does great. I felt like Hollow had a lot of over-the-head bars in that bottom of the first round. Definitely had replay value. You really must go watch. Personally, this first round was so debatable. I like the shit Roc was saying. I know I'm from B-More and all that. I like the shit Roc was saying. But if I gotta judge the round, if we giving it straight as what we got, I think Hollow the Don barely edges that first round just simply because he had a little bit more to offer for this battle. Was unbelievable. If you talk about second rounds, everybody talk about Tay Roc is the best battle rapper with second rounds. I look at 2 battles. The battle versus Ill Will that Tay Roc had, that second round was unreal. As well as this second round versus Hollow the Don. If you need to be sold that Tay Roc is the best when it comes to second rounds, those 2 battles is where it's at. Now, this second round for Tay Roc, man, it was personal because if you guys remember, in promotion and hyping this battle up, Hollow the Don had allegedly came down here in Baltimore and was doing some things, and he was trying to get at Roc for not pretty much matching that energy and that, that type of vibe. And Roc addressed that at the top of the second round. He addressed the disaster math situation. What makes you think I can't take on the Hollow? I survived the Calico. God. Oh my goodness. Like, Mama, I need your car keys real quick. This nigga Chris think he gonna get me, man. So this was also the round where we had the seatbelt line. You talk about shake the room.
Other stuff. I'm known for these gun rounds, but I'll put these guns down and f you up if I don't knock you out when we knuckle up. Then the razor come out. When I swing it, you get your uppercut. I grab you by your neck. You get another cut and another cut. It look like the seatbelt won't work and I'm trying to buckle up. Boy.
That was it, man. Roc to me totally won this second round, no denying that. Third round, though, however, man, Hollow the Don went out of body. I think he put it all together. You guys are going to really enjoy the replay value in watching this battle again. But, I thought that Hollow, he just dominated that third round, even though, Tay Roc had the moments that night. I felt like when you look at the overall battle, I'm giving it barely to Hollow the Dawn, 2-1, first and the third round.
So we are 4 battles in, and Hollow is 4-0. Make sure you're taking your record at home, man. 4 battles in, and Hollow is 4-0. What's next? Philly Swain. We got 5 battles in, man. Philly Swain, another grind time battle. One of my favorite battles, man. This battle was actually judged. That's what I like about grind time. They were judging battles in grind time, and they were short too. You know what I'm saying? So it was back to the 90-second rounds, and you know, sometimes they would cheat, make battles go into sudden death that really didn't need to, just to create more footage. But this battle, Philly the Swain versus Hollow, is another classic battle in my personal opinion. Philly Swain goes first, and you know he got a unique flow. Nigga said,
I'm a motherfucking monster. You an imposter. Blick it, leaving twisted like the hair on a roster. Fuck your bodyguard. I'll shoot through Kevin Costner. Rhino hit his spinal. It be fucking up his posture. Wise guys the team. Cocaine is the sponsor. Famo, I got ammo like the coal on Contra. Die like Hoffa, he's singing like Sinatra. The fat lady is sing like a motherfucking opera.
I like the way this nigga flows, bro. I love the way Philly Swain be flowing in this thing. Hollow comes back with a crazy rebuttal. Yeah, you grab the Thule. Yeah, you spray the Uzi. Yeah, on Call of Duty. Bro, that rebuttal that might be Hollow's best rebuttal, bro.
Could believe him, I'm Coochie. I got the word in Philly. He sparked the Thule. He grabbed the M16, let off the Uzi. Shit, on Call of Duty.
That literally might be Hollow's best rebuttal. That Call of Duty joint was crazy. He had a little pinky bar that was dope. This round close, but maybe I might give it to Philly Swain in that first round. Philly Swain comes back, nigga is rapping like Hollow the Dawn's dad, bro. Remember when I brought you Nintendo with the pad? It's dad.
Somebody tell this geek boy to stop. It's not good to disrespect your pop. It's dad. Remember when I bought you the Nintendo with the pads? Your sister had her, you know. I bought her first pads. Remember when you caught me hitting mommy from the back? She was like, not first. Then she gave your face a smack. It's dad. Why you showing off to these people? Remember when I used to take you down to see the Eagles? New Jack City, Mario Van Peebles.
Yo, this nigga was so funny in this battle, but Hollow was just too much, man. Hollow rebuttals the whole the little ego shit, talking about leave you tied up like the Bengals in Philly.
Hey, I don't respect your flow, cause all you talk about is your text that blow. Nigga, grab your gun, go somewhere and shoot yourself, Plexico. Hey, yo. And since I'm talking football, I'ma bang you and leave you, hang you and leave you, and Philly tied up like the Bengals and Eagles.
I gave Hollow the second round. Round 3, round 3, I didn't like this round. Round 3, Hollow was too much in the third round too. I mean, Philly Swain had some, I catch you running errands on their way to the store, way to 4, like say what you were saying before. But Hollow was too clever in the third round as well. And it was kind of corny that Philly Swain was trying to predict everything the nigga said. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to predict it. And just basically talking through the nigga rounds, all this kind of shit, like he was trying to mess him up. In the 4th round, Hollow took off. So then the judges decided it should go into sudden death, and Hollow takes off in sudden death, bro.
So now I'ma get rid of you. Now I ain't gotta talk about guns and knives for murking you. Nigga, I got a better idea of hurting you. I'll piss in your drink, steal your gun, fill it with blanks. Wanna go to war? Go get you a tank. I had you hit with a shank while you sit in a clank. Ram his head against the wall till it's chipping the paint. And I be in Cali with Hillary Banks. Just acting like her dad cause I fill up the bank.
So Hollow won the judges, but I also gave him this battle 3-1, if not 4-0, to keep it real with you. He might have beat Philly Swain every single round, but definitely beat him 3 of the rounds. The judges picked him to win anyway. So we are 5 battles in, and Hollow the Don is 5-0. 5 battles, and take your notes at home, man. 5 battles in, and he is 5-0. What's next? Danny Myers. Danny Myers versus Hollow the Don, man. This was pretty much a charity event that Hollow was doing. It was him versus Danny, and it was Big T versus Geechi Gotti. It was disguised as like a charity event, and really it just seemed like a way to get Hollow paid because this event, they had basically sold pay-per-view tickets, and then the very next day it dropped on the URL app, and everybody was mad, talking about, you know, why would we pay $19.99 for the battles, and then the very next day they drop on the app, and then we already paying for the URL app. So I don't know what he had going on with the charity event and the pay-per-view, but he also had a deal where URL basically bought the footage. So in a way, Hollow gets paid twice for the battle. He gets paid for the pay-per-view, but he also gets paid for URL buying the battle. Very slick move by Hollow, and he basically disguised it as charity. And that's why everybody that's battled him from that event has pretty much basically outed him on the whole charity thing. Here lies a genius. Everything was done at this guy's convenience. You see his logo, loyalty over money, but there's a thin line between it. Let me provide clarity. This event was put together to get him paid, but disguised as charity. That's what, that is what Danny said in the first round. I stay with the mask and the gun. Fuck all these costly gimmicks. Even your name, Nigel, got a soft G in it. Like that, Nigel, soft G. I pretty much like that bar, man. He kind of, he dissed Hollow for fucking my verse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how true that is, but he was basically, I don't even know how that's a punchline, but nigga, she's my verse. But he was basically saying, you're loyal. She was married to Johnny Storm, but you smashed. I don't see the problem. I'm sorry, I just don't see the problem. So I don't know how that's a punchline. Hollow comes back in the first round. Danny, I still can't believe I let you battle me. That was not what I meant when I said I'm down to do charity. Like that bar, kind of flipped it a little bit on him. He had a bullet scheme that was pretty cool, where he was talking about his name is synonymous with a bullet. He said, good, I'll make sure you catch the next one. Basically saying, like, I'll make sure you catch the next joke. I'll make sure you catch the next bullet. I pretty much like that as well. He had a flower scheme that was kind of, it was kind of okay. I mean, we see so many flower schemes, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're going to die tonight, and what I rose from these two lips. I knew Danny was a lion type. It was lyrically pretty nice, but it's a rose scheme, bro. Like, how many rose schemes are we going to have? Two lips, Danny Lion, rose. Like, this shit been done so many times. He has some misses, too. I'm the type that would tell you I'm going to pay on a Friday and tell you I ain't got it all. Bury your girl with the titties out. Monster ball. Ugh, I don't know. I get Hollow the first round. Danny rebuttals the monster ball with like a conference call kind of bar. I don't know. It didn't really hit. You know, it started off well. The rebuttal started off well, but it didn't hit.
Niggas don't have a pin. They hide behind all these other attributes. Bitch, I'm here to rap with you. You don't have the upper hand, cousin. How y'all crown the Don King when he getting paid off another man punching? Understand something?
That's fire. When niggas don't have a pen, they hide behind all other attributes. Bitch, I'm here to rap with you. You don't have the upper hand, cousin. How y'all crown the Don King when he getting paid off another man's punching? Basically said, I'm up here punching, and you throwing a charity event making all the money. I like it. I like it. And he has like a soul bar, like a foot, kind of like a SOLLE soul kind of bar. It was pretty decent.
From a stupid block, we catch new cases over old work. You can't walk in my shoes unless you know that roads work. I seen a nigga killed over his Jordans, laid out in the cold dirt. Meanwhile, I was trying to figure who lost their soul first.
Hollow comes back in the second round. He had some knife bars. Once the doc seen him, he said, let somebody else stitch you. Once he seen the kid cut, he knew he had mental issues. Basically, kid cutting mental issues. It was cool. Around this, he gave Danny a shirt, and it was like a parallel shirt. You know, Danny is like do you believe in a parallel universe? But the L actually had too many L's in the word. So parallel is normally 3 L's, but it was spelled with 4 L's. So it had 2 L's at the end of parallel when you should only have 1. And basically, he basically gave Danny a shirt with a pair of L's. So it's like basically saying you got a pair of losses. That's basically what I'm giving you.
Because while he was in a parallel universe that was parallel, I prepared an L that he don't even know about. So with that, plus this battle, that's a pair of L's. See, he can't use his slogan no more. Either that, or he can't really spell, because Danny don't even realize I put a pair of L's in his parallel. I would take that off if I was you, dumbass nigga.
But I still gave Danny the second round. Round 3, Danny kind of threw the round. He spoke a lot about his wife's addiction, and Danny was down there like crying in this battle, man. Like, there's no crying in the URL, Danny. Danny was basically like being very emotional in his round, then kind of crying or whatever, and basically talking about his wife's addiction. Didn't really address Hollow at all. So Hollow really wins the third round. He had a parallel universe that was kind of dope though. I give him that. But Hollow won this battle 2-1, and we are 6 battles in, and Hollow is 6-0. 6 battles in, and he is 6-0. What's next? Loaded Lux. One of the most impactful battles in battle rap history, man. This was high stakes. This was UW. I was in the building, man, and it was a great event, man. One of the better battle rap events I went to. It was long. I'm not going to front, but definitely a dope event. I'm going to kind of go through this recap really, really fast. I got a treat for y'all. You know how I do, man. Chris Unbias, I got a treat for y'all. Round 1. I'm talking to a dead man at his wake. This is an interview with a vampire. You don't know high stakes will take his life out of place. Like that bar, high stakes was the name of the event. I felt like it went well. The Drake bar that Lux had, I thought was clever, man.
You baggage. A lot of trouble in the vein. I heard you and Drake was tight. Turns out you're munching off the name. Pictures of y'all at dinner. He showed the public that he came. Well, he put it in his albums too. He said, thank me later. Take care. Then nothing was the same.
Hollow comes back in round 1. He rebuttals about how long it took Lux to get on the stage. It was taking Lux a long time to get on the stage. I don't know. It looked like he had a large picture or something. We had a lot that he was just trying different stuff. And, it was all this clear the stage, and people don't want to get off the stage, and the people don't want to get on the stage. And it was just hectic. It did take him a very long time to get on stage.
I was engaged, but you a diva nigga. Made them wait to take an hour to hit the stage.
It's a circus act to see this clown go through a fire round. Love that. You know what I'm saying? Because, with Lux, it was caskets, and it was obituaries, and it was, stumbling and choking in the Calico battle, and it was all this hoopla, and it was like,
I mean, just to see a Lux battle, you gotta see women in violent gowns, choir sounds, tire mounts, tight roping, and lion growls. It's a whole bunch of, you gonna get this work, and quiet downs. It's a circus act just to see this clown go through a fire round.
He had a loaded scheme that was pretty cool, but the funny thing about this first round, I never forget, bro, the fact that Hollow is rapping and these niggas have signs that say no to drugs in the background is one of the funniest things I've seen in a battle, bro. So both of them had a fire second round, but what separated for me was the UPS bar from Hollow, bro.
Dear Lux, we fuck with your energy, but the way you cram your bars to some fans is frustrating mentally. Slow down. It ain't all about the punch in your memory. I mean, we like the way you structure your similes, but sometimes you run through them literally. We fuck with your energy, but we question abilities. Oh, what I'm trying to tell you, P.S., don't rush your delivery.
That round was crazy, and the fact that Arse is up there trying his best not to react to Hollow bars is hilarious to me.
I mean, my bars give you that, I just shit it face. His bars give you that, I think I get it face.
And every time Hollow would spit something nice, it's like Arse was hating, bro. He did not want to react to this nigga bars. I gave Hollow round 2. Round 3 for me, he had the stand-up niggas on lean bar. That was fire, you know what I'm saying, from Lux. And I felt like Hollow dropped the ball in one part of this round. Both of their third rounds is kind of dope. I gave the third to Lux, but I felt like Hollow went through this whole thing about bringing blackface out in the third round. And it's like, if you're going to bring blackface out, you got to do something with it. It's like he walked out on his gorilla shit. Yeah. He didn't spit a bar. He didn't say nothing. I felt like it was just a moment that could have been more creative. I got the battle 2-1 Loaded Lux.
Yo, what up? It's the kid CJ City. So we're going to go ahead and break down this Loaded Lux versus Hollow the Don battle. Salute to Chris for having me on. I'm going to give you guys my, outlook on this battle, just my overall thoughts. No need to waste nobody's time. Let's just jump right into it, man. My man Loaded Lux, he comes out. His aura is on high. He's coming off the Calico battle. He's really like the god in this, right? So he comes out, and I feel like maybe it was just everything surrounding this battle, but I just feel like his first round was just a little bit of kind of like underwhelming, to be honest with you. I feel like he comes out, he does some typical Loaded Lux stuff. He has fancy wordplay, things of that nature. You know, he has a few punches here and there. I feel like he does like this whole word association rap where, you know, you get all the words associated to the scheme, but you can't quite make sense of everything that's going on, right? You know, so he's doing like this whole thing where he says like, you know, something about gift wrapping the presents, but found out there's no Santa. I feel like you get the gift, you get the wrapping, you get the presents, you get the Santa, you get all the words associated with it. And some of them you can tie back, like, okay, he's a person who has a gift, an actual rap, you know, his presence. So you kind of feel like you understand it, but honestly, I don't feel like anybody gets a lot of stuff that Loaded Lux be saying, man. There's a lot of word association going on, man. So he comes out with that typical stuff, and it's good. It's solid. It's a solid round. However, the only problem with a good, solid round is it's going up against Holla the Don's great round. This first round was masterful from Holla the Don. I feel like he's hitting Loaded Lux with all type of angles, man. He's hitting him with this angle. He's hitting him with this angle. He's hitting him with this style. And he's actually landing these haymakers. When I first saw it, I thought it was just shock value. But no, I just watched that battle like a week ago, and it aged very well. His round was very good. It really reminded me of Shane Mosley versus Floyd Mayweather. You remember when Shane rocked my man Floyd Mayweather, and we just wasn't used to seeing that. We like, yo, what's going on here? My man Floyd Mayweather getting rocked like that. We're not used to seeing that clean punches. You know, that's what happened with Loaded Lux. He hit him with a clean punch, and we just wasn't expecting that. We didn't know that that was coming, and I honestly feel like he damn near won the round off that whole, you know, this is just a circus act just to see this clown get to a fire round. That was crazy, man. He hit him with a whole bunch of other direct angles, hit him with styles. I feel like that was just a masterful first round. No debating at all. We got to give that to Holla the Don, okay? The second round comes on, all right? And then Loaded Lux, he starts to heat up. He's doing better. I feel like he's attacking Holla. He's being more direct. It's a better round. It's a good round. However, it's going up against another great round from Holla the Don, which I don't really feel like is much debate here. He really hit Loaded Lux with a lot of direct angles, and he was almost saying those things that's in the back of a lot of people's mind that people, they don't really have the balls to say to Loaded Lux or something like that, but he said it, and then after he said it, it's almost like, man, I was thinking the same thing. He's just attacking Loaded Lux, talking about how he takes something so simplistic, does like this word association and makes it sound crazy, all right? You know, he starts attacking him, you know, just because we don't understand him, it doesn't mean that he's nice. He goes into that whole little angle. That was a beautiful angle. He starts hitting Loaded Lux with the angle of, you know, everybody just thinks he's a god, he's a goat, he's perfect. Lux can do no wrong, right? And it, you know, he hits him with that intercom and a generator bar that Holla the Don said a long time ago, which was whack or whatever. It didn't make no sense. But he's saying if Loaded Lux was to say that, since he's perfect, they would have made sense out of that bar. They would have said, nah, he's talking about he intercom and he generate interest. Like, he's really attacking them on like some key things, and he's honing in and he's executing, man. And I feel like that was a beautiful angle right there. He's talking about how Loaded Lux supposedly choked on purpose, right? And then he attacks him for that. Legends don't choke on purpose. And he starts talking about like John Elway or Troy Aikman. I forget who he says. Like, imagine you in the Super Bowl, you got a wide open wide receiver and you just throw the ball on the ground. Like, legends don't do that. Michael Jordan don't got the game winning shot and he gonna pass it off to Ron Harper. Legends don't do that on purpose. So even if you did choke on purpose, it's still a negative on you, man. And he's hitting him with that, beautifully executed. He starts telling him about himself. Yeah, we like your energy. And then oh, this is for you. P.S. Don't rush the delivery. Throw some paper at him. Round over, man. Like, Holla the Don wins the second round, in my opinion. And at this point, technically, he already wins the battle, all right? Third round comes. Loaded Lux comes with a masterful third round. A beautiful third round. Probably the round of the night, the round of the battle. It's crazy because it took him this long just to have the best round of the battle. Like, this was beautifully crafted. It was beautifully executed. It was a masterful third round. Honestly, I'm saying it was the best round of the battle, all right? You know, and then Holla the Don tries to follow up on that round. people are already on this high of Loaded Lux third round, and then, you know, Holla the Don comes out with some stuff that people don't really want to hear anyway. He starts talking about this religion, this Muslim thing or whatever, kind of loses the crowd. He starts to heat up a little bit, but I feel like it was pretty clear that Loaded Lux won the third round. But honestly, I feel like this battle isn't really much up for debate. I feel like Holla the Don won the first round, he won the second round, Loaded Lux won the third round, and that's my overall opinion.
Shout out to CJ City, man, one of my favorite bloggers coming up, bro. He used to break down battles so good, so authentic, so unbiased, the whole nine. I really wish he still did battle rap blogging because he was doing a breakdown before niggas was doing a breakdown, and he was dope at it. I got Lux winning this battle 2-1. We are 7 battles in, and Hollow is 6-1. 7 battles in, Hollow is 6-1. Make sure you take your notes at home, man. Hollow is 6-1, 7 battles in. John the Don, man, this was a grudge match. This happened, you know, overseas or whatever. I forgot what card it is right now, but this was a highly anticipated battle. And I remember back in the day, Hollow was never gonna battle John the Don. So that salute to John for able to raise his stock enough to even get the battle. John started off in round 1. He had a multiple choice. The crowd liked it. What you gonna do? Pull out paperwork as some kind of gimmick till I blow your brains all over that LOM brand that'll help you mind your business. That was pretty decent.
Never seen a duck before? Here's one. Looking stupid, but the last time we seen Hollow in the mirror is when I put him through it. But let me
The last time we seen Hollow in a mirror is when I put him through it. That is crazy. That is crazy. He had a transparent bar, and the funny thing about this was that Hollow was holding up a sign saying he stole that. That shit was hilarious and very creative by Hollow to hold up the sign talking about he stole that.
I think you buy and live a paralyzed so you can't stand it. No wonder why you named yourself Hollow. Because you're the transparent, but what's your son? Hold on. Hold on. Hey.
I actually thought as the battle went on that I thought it kind of fucked up John a little bit in this battle. I felt like he was bothered by the he stole it bar because it seemed like he would sometimes try to explain how it's not stolen instead of just rapping. You know what I'm saying? So it was clearly getting to him. And then he spoke about the fight. And this was interesting because he's supposed to have an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, to not talk about the fight. He ripped it up and started speaking about the fight. So I don't know if that was a fake NDA or it was a real one. But either way, he didn't respect it. So that was Hollow's that was John's first round. Hollow comes back in round 1. He had like a Liverpool scheme, which was Leeds, Liverpool, which was cool. He was in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So this was like dope. I think it was in Europe. But this was dope that he was able to play off that. I ain't tolerating no disrespect. I'm not playing tonight. You gonna get one warning, John. And I ain't saying it twice. Okay.
I mean, you came into this game as my son, wanting to be the Wade to my LeBron, so he named himself the Dawn. But I'm Hollow, you John, you Marlon, I'm Sean, I'm big, you shine. If I get big, you...
That's when you thought you was gonna be Smack's gunner. He even was saying Rock won't stay. You could even pay them a few G's. They still wouldn't trade Son for Tay. That's clever. You know what I'm saying? The few G's, John for Tay. You know what I'm saying? A little Fuji scheme. And that was pretty much Hollow's first round. I gave Hollow the round 1. I thought he had a good opening round. Had him winning the first round. Round 2, John comes back in round 2. You need a match from Mook. You need to look no further. After what I do with Hollow, I'm sure that I'll be booked for murder.
How can y'all not see I'm sick? And what I really discovered, concentrate on your camp. Because if I spread one germ, many will suffer. And it'll be another World War II. Millions will get killed. The plot was fake, but who the reparations go to is real. I see you get your... Y'all better let me fucking rap. That sign shit don't mean nothing.
Why you never do a charity in Queens? If you really care, just look at Hologram. He was never really there. Hologram, never really there. Look at Hollow's Instagram, Hologram. He was never really there. Okay, I'm digging this. It's all right. I'm digging it. He had a fake choke, and then he went into a facial scheme, which I thought was pretty cool. That was John's second round. Hollow's second round One Punch had his face looking like the Chinese movies, meaning it was squinting all up and all this kind of stuff.
He was like, yo, I'm not no bitch. One hook had his mouth off like a Chinese flick.
Bow Wow, JD, the Brat, that's how you got on the rap game. That was cool. And then he had a Europe scheme talking about Quebec, Czech, Europe, Prague, the whole nine. It was cool. I gave John the second round. So now it's 1-1 going into the third. John's third round, he talked about the loyalty to Mav. We're kind of tired of the loyalty angle when it comes to Hollow, but at this time when they battled, I wasn't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? They talked about the loyalty to Mav. LOM stands for leaving out Mav. I thought that was pretty clever. You played yourself on several accounts. You think you Vada fly. Vada's my man, but that was a nice bar. You know what I'm saying? Basically playing off the whole Kenny Lewis several accounts thing. Not a bad bar.
But I want to apologize to my ex that said I hit her and played the helpless role. Even though she attacked me, I still could have showed more self-control. It hurt my soul when I seen all them people switch up. Cause where was that energy when y'all heard I beat this bitch up? You hypocrites!
Gave John the third round, man. I got John winning this battle 2-1 in what was a little bit of an underwhelming grudge match, especially as it prolonged longer. I felt like the way they started wasn't the best. The way Hollow started wasn't the best way he finished. I felt he kind of like went down as the battle went on. I really don't think Hollow do good in grudge matches. He made a comment one time saying that he don't like grudge matches because they always have to be personal. You always got to dig deep into a person's background or your friendship, and you got to kind of like start dry snitching in battles. So that's why he say he really don't like doing it. All his grudge matches, he damn near lost, to keep it real with you. So this battle right here, I gave it to John 2-1, and we are 8 battles in. I think we 8 battles in. Let me make sure. Let me look at my list. We are 8 battles in, and Hollow is 6-2. Make sure you taking notes at home. 8 battles in, and Hollow is 6-2. What's next? Young Ill. Shout out to Young Ill, man. One of my favorite battlers, man. This is when him and Hollow battled at Fight Club. And Hollow was really good at Fight Club. His style works really, really well because he can freestyle, he can rebuttal. The rounds were very, very short. And sometimes a rebuttal and a freestyle about what's going on is like really dope. And in the first round, when Hollow went, he freestyled about Young Ill and his homeboy lifting his shirt up and everything.
He wrote that shit. I heard it before, so I'ma whip your ass all day long. And your man lifting his shirt up around other niggas like you on some shit like you doing gay porn. What you trying to do, dog? I get it on all day long and peel off in a black the same color as Akon.
And I asked Young Ill about it in Untold Truth. He tried to defend his homeboy or whatever, but, you know, basically saying his homeboy rep whatever. He wanted to make sure it's seen in a battle, but saying that his homeboy was gay because of it was clever as hell. That got Hollow the first round. The second round, Hollow had some wish bars that was fire and a saw bar that was especially fire.
Nigga, I break your bro's hips. Next, jaws lips to the producer from Saw 6 be like, Dad, we never saw this. I swear to God.
Gave Hollow the second round as well. And in the third round, the nigga told him, I can freestyle as good as your writtens, which was damn near like a haymaker because he really was winning off some freestyles and against Ill's writtens. And, you know, Ill clearly wasn't the Ill that we see him as now, but he definitely beat Hollow. They dragged this out. I think they might have gave, you know, Fight Club was funny because they always wanted extra rounds and shit, have niggas battling extra for free and stuff like that. So they would always do like sudden death and make it seem like it was a really good battle. This wasn't a close battle. Like Hollow won all the rounds. I gave Hollow this battle and we are 9 battles in and Hollow is 7-2. Make sure you're taking notes at home. 9 battles in and Hollow is 7-2. What's next? K-Shine. Hollow the Don versus K-Shine, man. They were talking about this online about battling. I thought it was going to be a good battle between the two. And this was a very underwhelming battle, man. And this was one of the battles that really sent K-Shine like on his little funk. You know what I'm saying? Losing this battle right here. And this was just not a good look. Round 1, K-Shine takes his hoodie off. He got like a little haircut. He starts talking about the Don. You remember he was doing that about the John. He had that. He talked about the John fight, LOM issues, no loyalty to his homeboy, storytelling. He didn't have no punchlines, bro. Just a bunch of rapid flow, too many dry spots for a big room. I clearly got frustrated by the lack of just non-reaction. The nigga was walking around the stage so fucking fast, going back and forth. The nigga was damn near running suicides, my nigga. The way he was going back and forth across the stage, frustrated, getting no reaction. Dump him in, dump him in, dump him in. Bullets ain't, y'all say bullets don't got no name. Boy, these say hollow on every one of them. Definitely like that bar. That bar was pretty nice. And then he ended his first round by saying it was his lightest round. And nigga just proceeded to do 2 more light rounds. You said this is your lightest round and you rap 2 more light rounds. Hollow comes back. He starts talking about how Shine is shining and his girls be thick as hell. And he was like, yeah, because they trannies. He started rapping like Shine, like a whole little speech impediment, little Michigan, little speech impediment stuff. You stopped Rec from talking about your daughter, but you couldn't stop the chat from talking about T-Top baby mama. Then you behind him in the ring, engaging like you a maid of honor. Like that. Hollow wins the first round. Round 2 from K-Shine. I don't got nothing written down, bro. Just bars, no moments, no haymakers. That's K-Shine entire second round. One of the worst K-Shine's, one of the worst rounds from K-Shine. Second round, Hollow talked about him joining NWX and getting help writing, which has been a rumor because clearly Shine changed his style when he got with DNA. He changed his style completely. It just lost to, I think, Mr. Wavy or whatever. And then he got with, he had lost a lot, bro. He lost to like DNA. I mean, not Mr. Wavy. I think he ended up losing like Geechi. And then he got with DNA and completely changed his style. Started back-to-back punching and everything. Stepped out of that expensive ride, drive by in that hybrid. Now that's an electric slide. Look, I ain't here to hate. Your first 2 rounds for DNA was sick, but the third, if you acting like that's something you wrote, then you plagiarism. We seen someone say a plagiarist bar. There was a lot of rumors that Mook helped him write his third round versus DNA to Professor Shine. He never denied it. I never heard him deny it, so I kind of think it's true. Who gave you those fake chains you was rocking in 2009 when you had it on? It was hard for me to call you Shine. That ain't what I call ice. That's borderline. That's kind of fire. Who gave you those fake chains you was rocking in 2009 when you had it on? It was hard for me to even call you Shine. That ain't what I call ice. That's borderline. That's Hollow in round 2. This is what I mean. It's Hollow in round 2. K-Shine in round 3. He was like, I'm about to turn up and committed and didn't even turn up. That's the crazy part. Started a round talking about, okay, I'm about to turn up. Personally, you just trashed me. It's time you get ushered out this class like a faculty. If this goes left, I'm going negative. I'm talking battery, Banana Republic. All I see is casualties. I kind of like that. Personally, you just trashed me. It's time you get ushered out this class like a faculty. If this goes left, I'm talking negative. If this goes left, I'm going negative. I'm talking battery. Banana Republic, all I see is casualties. Okay, I ain't tripping. Everybody down to shoot like we escaping jail. No reaction. Everybody down to shoot. SHUTE, going down to shoot like we escaping from jail. You know, if you escape from jail, you're going to go down to shoot. Y'all ain't fucking with it. Y'all ain't giving the man no reaction. He clearly got bothered. And then at the end, he had like a pretty decent bar, but he just kind of stopped. And the Hollows in the third round told him you can either get a big smack or a little slap. That was actually a pretty clever bar. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Slap. He been doing this thing. Slap resume about more crazy than some of these other nigga resume. He about a bill collector just the other day. He about a Rex. You know what I'm saying? He about a Danny Myers' resume. But I might have put Lil Slap. Might have should have been on the stock rise list, man. He faked like he was going to bring somebody out. It really didn't hit. I think, they be, oh, we got the training. We're going to bring the training out. We're going to bring this person out. We're going to bring that person out. It didn't really hit. It's been done too many times. I think Verb tried to pull that same move when he battled K-Shine. And then that nigga pulled out the boxing gloves, talking about if you got all this beef, we can box. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop early. I know the Don got haters. In the third, I was Derek Jeter. I made a short stop famous. Oh, that's kind of clever. I'm not going to stop early. I know the Don got haters. In the third, I was Derek Jeter. I made a short stop famous. I like that. I can't really front. I kind of like that. I probably gave Hollow all the rounds, bro. I think I got to win in this battle 3-0. This one of K-Shine's worst losses when you think about it. He let a nigga 30 you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just let a nigga 30 you. So we are 10 battles in and Hollow is 8-2. Make sure you're taking notes at home. 10 battles in, and Hollow is 8-2. What's next?
Okay, Sean said it's another Dadon. That's cool, but some of them niggas be putting their foot in their mouth on that mook stuff. If that mob wanna catch the fade, they could get their whole crew cut. I would talk about Rex ass, but it been touched on too much. I mean, here's a bar Enes made me say. I'm crazier than crazy bread. This how we rap. 1 shot, 2 shot, young. Lead pop, headshot, young. Wait, where was that lead pop and headshot when Fred got you in a headlock? And somebody tell Reed chill. You beefing with Meek still? You mad cause you coming back to battling and he got a sweet deal? You think kids in Philly wanna be like you or him? Let's be real. Would you want Reed dollars or Meek's mills? I mean, I came at you cause you act like you the battle king. Like you started this battle scene. Well, if that nigga wanna battle me, once it get booked, read or digest a magazine. Don't come at me, just come and get me. I mean, all these niggas calling my name out. Well, come and get me. They know I'm like free condoms from the clinic. They might take me, but they know they ain't fucking with me. Then loyalty over.
Hitman Holla. What was this? Summer Madness 1? You know what I'm saying? Hitman Holla versus Hollow the Don. This event was kind of, you know, it was a little mediocre just because they didn't have the lapel mics. Like all they had handheld mics and everything, which really hurt Hitman's performance. It really hurt a lot of people's performance, but Hitman performance, it definitely hurt. Round 1, Hitman says, Hollow beat Ill at Fight Club, and even though I think they robbed son, I've been using you, stupid. I use hollows to get the job done. That was cool. We had to save it for the second round setup, which was actually pretty fire.
Don't pay crackhead, nigga. What you shooting up? Killing the clouds? You ain't doing shit but shooting up. What you got protection now? Chopping out the section down. Got a box, nigga. I'ma say that for the second round.
You know, you see Young Ill on the stage or whatever supporting Hitman. And it's kind of crazy that he never battled on a major card, bro. He never battled at Summer Madness, never battled at a known. Like, that's kind of crazy for someone of his magnitude. And at this time, he was a top battler in battle rap, but he was never on a known or Summer Madness. And that's kind of weird for Ill, I guess. Forensics will have to treat his body like Peyton Manning and franchise tag him, basically saying I toe tag him. That was Hitman's first round, man. Hollow's first round, he had a St. Louis scheme. It would have hit if this battle was in St. Louis, but his battle was in New York. So it was just, you know, so act all tough. I have some homies balled up. Soon as he part, it's blood everywhere on Walnuts. That's a street in St. Louis. Walnuts, I guess it's a famous street for bloods or whatever. It would have hit if it was in St. Louis, but it wasn't in St. Louis. Hollow won this round just off the bull scheme. The bull scheme was super clever, bro.
That's why I got your bro annoyed. I mean, shit, Joe Clark, you know I do my thing. I was glad this night that her sipping on the night train. I brewed her, I boozed her. You would have thought the Bulls playing. I mean, I ain't know her. But when that D rose, she was like, dang.
So I gave Hollow the first round. Hitman comes back in the second round. You said in your last battle, you like Brad, those pits are looking good. So that means LOM stands for liking other males. That was decent. He talked about how, you know, you act all tough, but you in St. Louis, you gave Verb a lot of space.
Like the shit my nigga Okwerdz be saying. Psych. If the nigga ain't choked so fucking much, I probably can tell y'all some shit that Okwerdz be saying.
But that was Hitman's second round, bro. That was his second round. Hollow rebutted the space thing. I gave Verb a lot of space out of state, but I'm violating yours. It was pretty clever. He was in his face.
I said, when he dying, fam, you got a better chance to let the fire blend through Iron Man. Big T sticking to a diet plan, like luck getting a diaphragm or Blind Fury passing the eye exam.
But this round was one of the clever moments of Hollow because he did a mid-round rebuttal, something that's very hard to do, to go in and out of your writtens like he did. He had a mid-round rebuttal, It pretty much killed him.
Hey, y'all remember his first round? Well, just make sure your heart's numb. Dressed in all black, strapped with hollow points and a large gun. The reason you need hollow is your victim might have a vest on when you lost one. So really think about it. I flip yours because you need me to get the job done.
Hitman in round 3 wasn't really saying shit. At the end of the day, Hollow beats him easy in a round, talking about his shirts. You know, Hitman had the ball game shirts. Hollow got the LM shirts, talking about I'm better than you and everything. Even my shirts are better than yours. He did a fake handshake with Hitman. And the clever thing he did in this battle, where he was like, you're not well-rounded as me. You can't even freestyle. I changed shirts every round. Like, damn, you couldn't even freestyle about that.
In this battle, I got more breath than you saw. Just to throw it in, my shirts are better than yours. This how I know when it come to rapping, he ain't about shit. I mean, I stood up here and changed into 3 outfits and he didn't freestyle one more about it. I mean, nigga, you couldn't improvise? Nigga, you couldn't memorize? Well, this is the ultimate rap league, and for that, you get penalized.
I got Hollow winning every round of this battle, bro. I think he 30 Hitman, bro. To be honest, I really think he 30 Hitman. This is when Hollow was vintage Hollow. Like, the mics and stuff messed it up, the audio messed it up, but when Hollow can basically rebuttal mid-round, he's hard to beat. And this is the kind of bag he was in during that time with the rebuttals. Got him winning every round. We are 11 battles in, and Hollow is 9-2. 11 battles in, and Hollow is 9-2. What's next? Verb. This is one of my favorite battles in battle rap history right now, bro. And I know it's only 2 rounds. You know, I don't know how you schedule a 2-round battle. That's kind of crazy right there. But I know it was 2 rounds. But this battle is so fire on both ends. And, you know, normally I wouldn't even include it because it was only a 2-round battle. But we do have a clear winner in this battle. And Hollow started off very well in this battle, man. Verb say he waved up and it's all brush and grease, perm head nigga just using a just for me. That was funny. When I came home on that one way, when that hand go in the pants, think like Al Bundy. You can be married with children in the house, can still see wild gunplay. I like that. Hollow had a lot of nice stuff in the first round, but Verb, bro, was vintage Verb. This is literally one of Verb's best battles, if not the best battle from Verb. You can go to this, you can go to Midwest Miles, you can go to Cortez. He got a lot of battles, but this, everybody know Verb ain't no joke. It's about fun for me. I'm like Mike Tyson at 21. Everybody know I'm gonna fuck him up early, but it's still fun to see. The Amtrak bar was fire. The same treatment Jesus got bar was fire. Oh, this is round 1 Verb, bro. This is round 1 Verb. This is vintage Verb right here. Hollow comes back in the second round. He rebuttals the treatment Jesus got bar. He had a scary movie Wes Craven's script scene.
I hope you have a nervous death. Get prescribed Percocets and overdose till a nervous death and your pregnant wife is born with a birth defect. And just for giving the baby life, I even wish the nurse is deaf. But wait, y'all, that ain't the worst as yet. I slept on the church's steps to sneak into his funeral to make sure his hearse gets wrecked. Nigga, I'ma come on my M shit, dive in it and hide for 5 minutes, come back with a fuck a Verb hat and a t-shirt that says I did it.
Normally, you could not beat around like that ever, bro. Hollow was so good in this second round. Normally, you cannot beat. It takes a nigga like Verb who went stupid in his second round, bro. Beam him up. Starship Enterprise was crazy. He around that mic, yeah, because he keep that wire on. The target's been identified. It could be a large group of people waiting to be signed. If he in line, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna say, shut up, bitch. I've been in line. Bro, Verb has so much stuff.
Back popping, got rap in my back popping. You can't beat me with yelling, yapping, and hat copping. Not while the street niggas is stirring and the hood rats is watching. Cause now that I'm a felon is not an option. He walk around bopping like niggas will not rock him. The cannon like a camera, I scan him and snapshot him. Bam, got him. Queens wouldn't give a damn about him. I showed up for a slugfest. This nigga was slapbox.
In this second round, I got him winning this battle 2-0. And I win every round of the battle, man. Verb was just as good around this time, bro. And we are 12 battles in, and Hollow is 9-3. 12 battles in. Make sure you're taking notes at home. And Hollow the Don is 9-3. What's next? Big Terrence. Big T. Hollow the Don versus Big T, man. It's the next battle I'm going to talk about. If you talk to Big T about this battle, he'll tell you he felt like it was a little unfair. He felt like that obviously the crowd was biased. He also gonna feel like that Smack changed the time limits at the last minute. And it does seem like in the third round that Smack did allow the battle to go unlimited. It wouldn't have really mattered, bro. Because this is one of Hollow the Don's very best battles, if not the best battle for Hollow the Don right here. Big T goes first. You know, Hollow had a style where he used to try to tell you the different things you got to do in order to beat him. You're going to need this to beat me and this to beat me. Big T started out that way, talking about all these different moves you're gonna need.
Bored to death with all these what you need to beat me liners. He gonna say, you need Zanga pal drivers. You need all the Dolphin yo got fires. You need all the Bison elite fighters. So how was you getting busy in the streets, liar? Sound like somebody was too busy playing Street Fighter.
He had a pose the threat bar that was pretty cool. I got guns. I feel like I want to rearrange some shit. You can't tell if I was redecorating or making a statement. Basically saying with the guns, I'm going to shoot you, blood going to be everywhere. You can't tell if I'm redecorating a place or I'm just making a statement. That was a fire line. Hollow comes back in the first round. And this is when Hollow was at his best, bro. He used to be rebuttaling off the gate from anything you said. Every single round was a rebuttal. He rebutted to Street Fighter. I was playing Street Fighter all night long for 4 hours and never picked Bullrog, which was fire because Bullrog was one of the worst characters and he basically pointed at Big T. This could get real Shabba ranks in a matter of seconds. I like that because, you know, Shabba ranks, that was actually like a nice little punchline that we should say like in Facebook groups and stuff like that, like moving forward in battle rap. Jim Carrey, I do act different with that mask on. That was fire. You stole my style. That's the Don-ish. I got Hollow winning round one. Big T comes back with the Wish bars. And he had a Drake Degrassi bar. You'll be another actor who raps in a wheelchair, which we all know Drake started as Degrassi in a wheelchair acting. But of course, Hollow rebuttals the wheelchair.
I might holla at my niggas mad for Cortez. Get some niggas from BK that's hoodie down. Or hit Bugs up. Maybe some niggas from the Boogie down. Cause my Queens niggas keep it thorough. You know crooks around. So we write about that wheelchair cause that's the only way I get pushed around.
That's the only way I get pushed around. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. He has a roasting session that he has. This is the battle where he says you're going to need this to beat me and this to beat me and you're going to need Swag's winning lotto stub.
I had bars for Math and Solomon. Mook stirred when he got it Lux. You had my evil shit bottled up, but T, that's not enough. You going to need Hollow's buzz, Drago Apollo gloves, and Swag's winning lotto stub.
You remember I used to tell you that Swag was one of the early investors of URL. He had some money. A lot of people felt like it was like dope money or whatever. Some people used to say he hit the lottery. I don't know. But he was investing in battle rap behind the scenes, probably trying to legitimize his business. And he was one of the early investors of URL. So when they used to do events and they ain't have no money, Swag would pay for it. So that you need this, and you're going to need Swag's winning lotto stub. The day I get my verses up, that'll be the day Lil Wayne stops drinking purple stuff and Laura let Urkel fuck. That was funny as hell too. Hollow wins the second round as well. Third round. I mean, Big T didn't really have much in the third round, bro. You had problems ripping a tank top. What makes you think you can handle a Big T or rip a Big T? That was pretty fire. That was pretty fire. You had problems ripping a tank top. What makes you think you can rip a Big T? And then this was the round he had the 7 times bar. I did this 7 times. I did this 7 times. And that shit was kind of corny, bro, to keep it real with you. And of course, Hollow rebuttals it.
Tips, hollow tips. That's all you rhyme, so I can tell your songs is lazy. You hit me for a track, but if you want to do a song, then pay me. Cause before I hear you, I'd rather hear a catalog from Gravy, or the best of Kaya, that Florida lady, or 100 bars from Baby.
But this Brown was another roasting session with the fat ass cannot jump, grease stains on the H of his keyboard. He just had the Broham Braxton bar was funny. This was a vintage Hollow, bro. This was the Hollow the Don that you looked at and you was like, yo, this nigga's literally unbeatable.
About guns.
Then I see fat niggas like this that never own one, fantasizing, rapping, and yapping about my old ones. Therefore, when the magnum on me, I leave blood on the wall and the cabinets on me. It's gonna look like 3 badass kids was eating ravioli.
Holla wins this battle 3-0 in my opinion. So we are, we are 13 battles in and Holla is 10-3. Make sure you're taking notes. 13 battles in and Holla is 10-3. What's next? Tsu Surf. And shout out to Tsu Surf, man. I've already pretty much broke down this battle when I did Surf's battle record. So if you want to know about this battle, go back to Surf's battle record, the first battle record I did. And it is on YouTube right now and it's pretty dope. And if you remember that recap, you know I had Holla winning this battle 2-1. This is one of the rare occurrences where you can kind of feel like you won in the building, but you really didn't win. Surf got a lot of reaction in the building, and a lot of it was gas. I gotta keep it real with you because a lot of his bars were not better than Holla's that day. Obviously, I gave Surf the first round with the cap space bar. That was fire. That was pretty much the round. I didn't really like some of Holla's rounds where he was like throwing money or whatever, Sue's rendezvous and all that kind of stuff. Had a little bit of a grind Thomas, jokey feel. Wasn't really feeling it. The second round, Holla beats him with the timeout in Michigan bar. That was fire. We already know Chris Webber played in Michigan, called a timeout, messed up the championship. You only realize the company you keep, and he had the Ginzu line in round 2. Gave Holla the second. So now it's 1-1 going into the third. Third round is when Surf did the Earn and Ash bar. Everybody went crazy for it, but it didn't really make any sense. Earn and Ash, that's Nash. It was stupid. Holla's bars were actually better in the third. You know, he had the KD, Dwayne Wade, I wake up to the block. That was pretty good because at the time, that was a big commercial. You know what I'm saying? They was playing KD and, you know, it was like them daydreaming and they wake up and I think someone of them, I think Kevin Durant is blocking Dwayne Wade's shot or something. So he was like, I'll wake up to the block. So that was pretty fire. And the Febreze commercial, all you spit is trash, like a Febreze commercial or all your stuff, something like your bars are covered in or whatever, or you can't even spot them like a Febreze commercial. So I got him winning the battle rounds 2 and 3. So we are Illmac. Y'all remember this battle, man. This battle happened on grind time, man, back to the 90-second rounds. And Illmac had basically battled Holla the Don and Conceited in the same day. And, you know, these were judged battles, and he had him losing both these battles. You know what I'm saying? The Conceited battle was actually a battle for $1,000, and he lost that battle. In this particular battle, Illmac went in the first round. He was trying to paint this narrative that Holla was a drug abuser who resembles Ezel from Friday, the neighborhood Felicia. All he wants to do is borrow something. That was a lot of his angle in the first round. But Holla first round pretty much messed him up when he said, I'll tie you up for 2 days.
For 2 days and won't hardly feed you. Then grab a polished needle and tattooed Holla beat you. Nigga, I mail a pipe.
And that was pretty much niggas went crazy. These are 90-second rounds. So, you know, it's not a lot of bars in here. But I gave Holla the first round. Round 2, he was back with the Holla was on that lean, back on the drug talk. His angles were pretty much for Illmac was the same angle.
Look, cause 5 years from now, nobody will know this sucker Holla. He'll walk the block mumbling about his battle days, flashing an empty Robitussin bottle.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a drug addict, you're on lean, you're on coke, you're on whatever. That was pretty much his angle for the first round. But Holla messed him up with this bar right here because remember, he had already battled Conceited.
I'ma beat him for sure. After that $500, you don't look conceited no more.
I'm going to beat you for sure because after that $500, you don't look conceited anymore. That was crazy. That I already beat him in this round. Just that bar right there because him and Conceited both put up $500. So I was a $1,000 battle. Illmac comes back in round 3. He rebuttals the Conceited bar. You just upset you didn't get my undivided attention. I mean, I don't know. That really wasn't even that crazy. You thought this would be easy. You never even been to school. Not a single 106 and Park champ can see me, and you're no exception to the rule. Pretty decent bar right here. He talked about how he wasn't really the Fight Club champ because it was really Serious Jones and Jen. It was really Jen, so he was basically saying, how are you the Fight Club champ? During this round, Holla took his shirt off. He was talking about how hot it was, so you can already tell he was setting him up for what he did in round 3, which was short jokes, He had a Huck, and obviously the Hulk Hogan ripped t-shirt bar and the open mic bar he had.
Now if that don't make sense, how y'all gonna put Gary Small Coleman at Grizzlemania to battle Hulk Hogan?
I gave Hollow all the rounds of this battle, man. I just really didn't feel like Illmac diversified himself enough. It was a judge battle, so he lost anyway, but I gave Hollow all 3 rounds of this battle. So we are 15 battles in, and Hollow is 12-3. 15 battles in, Hollow is 12-3. What's next? Arsenal. This is the first Arsenal battle, which is Fight Club, and I included this because they did a rematch. So I felt like the Fight Club battle was definitely worth talking about. This was another judge battle. Obviously, Arsenal won this battle pretty clearly, you know what I'm saying? And this was around one of them times when Fight Club kept putting, kept extending the battles, getting more and more content, free content out of people. And they sent this battle into like sudden death, and Arsenal won. But to me, Arsenal had already been winning, bro, to keep it real. Because in a first round, Hollow talked about Ars being a fake Crip and stuff. But Ars had too much stuff. The Hulkamania leg drop type of nigga that can't fuck unless he eat the coochie. I fuck your girl Flintstone style. I make the bed rock. All these is like funny stuff that you can say in 60 seconds. And this was right up Ars' alley. He had more aggression. He was more on point. And he was pretty much tearing Hollow up in this battle. I can't even front. Round 2, Hollow didn't really have much in the second round, man, to be real with you. He was trying to freestyle and do different stuff. Ars was saying stuff like, if you like pondering, I like pondering. Me and your girl was fondling. I saw your rap sheet. You got hit with a charge and it was wandering. He just said little funny stuff that hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't anything crazy. It was kind of like, some of it was filler, some of it was not, but he had like little timely stuff. He had a stanky leg bar, which was actually a dance at the time, so people can relate to it. So that was pretty much the second round. Gave that round to Arsenal as well. In round 3, he had the I Ain't Finished, Don't Hurry Me Fight Club champion under this pool table is where they gonna bury me. I thought that was fire.
Being the person that I am, I let her swallow my dick. I beat her pussy up, then went full throttling chick. She cherished my semen, she wanted to bottle my shit. I told her, leave it on this pillow, he'll acknowledge my shit.
I told her, leave it on the pillow, let him acknowledge my shit. Arsenal went crazy on him, bro. Arsenal went absolutely nuts on Hollow in this battle, man. So I got Arsenal winning all 3 rounds. We are 16 battles in, and Hollow is 12-4. 16 battles in, and Hollow is 12-4.
Holla the Don, one of the original top tiers. Like, when that name was created, that label was created, he was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because you had the Moose, the Luxes, those were the legends. But when you started getting a whole wave of new battle rap, like the culture started, you know what I'm saying, the new wave, you had to differentiate who fell where and what placement of category of talent. Holla was on the top of that list. You know what I'm saying? Then you look further into his career, he was doing it before Smack DVD. So even that is admirable. The freestyle rebuttals, like, he's the first of his kind with that, with the unorthodox, with the dirty ripping his shirt off. It was like it was original. He's always been an original person when it came to battle rap. Like, his unorthodox styles what made him stick out amongst a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He had his own lane from the jump. You know, you fast forward, and this dude's name was floating around with wanting to see him versus Loaded Lux, and then he went and got locked up, which is extremely dirty. It sets you back, but being in battle rap, it actually gives you more hype when you come home. So he comes home, he battles Tsu Surf. Now that battle, to me, I lean towards Tsu Surf, but to show the level of talent Hollow has, you still wanted to see him in Lux. That battle didn't, like, you gave him a loss for a Surf, it didn't make you not want to see him in Lux. And then boom, him in Lux gets booked. And for me, I feel like he was the first person to make Lux look human, because he was superhuman after the Calico battle. And then watching first watch, I had Hollow winning against Lux. On that first watch, before you decipher everything, I had Hollow winning. You fast forward again, you have Hollow battling Clips. That Kit Kat bar, the 4bar setup, historical. Now, somewhere after that, Hollow just lost who Hollow was. He's getting into legal issues. Again, he's getting into problems with his company. He's getting into fights with John, and this is when Hollow starts downward spiraling, and I feel like the icing on the cake was that Math battle. He battles Math, he loses clearly, Math goes personal every round. Hollow looks very uncomfortable, and it starts looking like the end of Hollow the Dawn. And then he takes a step back to reinvent himself again. And right now you have Hollow recreated, building himself back up to where he belongs.
J Focus. A lot of y'all probably don't remember this battle. Maybe y'all never even saw this battle. You know what I'm saying? This is a grind time battle right here. And y'all, you know, grind time battles were all judged. So that was the one good thing about grind time. J Focus was pretty much the 106 and Park champ at one point in time. But I don't remember much about J Focus. But this was a battle set up by grind time. And this is like the example of what sounds like mixtape bars versus freestyles that are more personal. And that's what I feel like was this whole battle. When you listen to J Focus rap, it just seemed like he was just rapping about random shit.
Dropping, you were not popping. You were the bumps and slaves used to pick cotton. I spent a lot of guap to go shopping. I blue cheese dressing like the salad topping. I get paid to rap. So on tracks, give me X amount. Tic-tac-toe, no O's, I X him out. He keep talking like he really pull a heat out, but when he bounces, the only time he got a piece out.
And then when you listen to Hollow rap, he was more direct in my opinion. He was freestyling about some of the stuff he had on, some of the clothes he had on. He told him that his girl pussy free like free lunch, which was funny. I mean, imagine saying that 15, 20 years ago, like when niggas was really in school like that. Your girl pussy is free like school lunch. That's funny. He pretty much want to run every round in this battle. So we are, what are we? We 17 battles in and he is 13-4. 17 battles in, 13-4. Make sure you take your notes at home. What's next? DNA. This was a grudge match that happened on URL. You know, obviously him and DNA were cool, and then it just seemed like the jealousy was spilling over. I don't really know where the beef started between him and DNA. I really don't know where it started from. But if you remember early on, DNA was basically saying he would never battle Hollow. Hollow was someone he would never battle. So I don't know, when you kind of run out of battles and run out of people to battle and you try to figure out a way to get a check, then you end up battling niggas that you said you would never battle. But this is another battle where it just kind of confirmed to me that Hollow don't do well in grudge matches. He seemed very bothered that DNA was bringing up personal stuff, like calling him a drug addict and talking about different stuff. About like raising your kids and different things. It seemed like he was bothered by that in this battle. I think I heard him say in an interview like he don't like personal battles because then you got to become like a detective and you got to start dry snitching on like y'all friendships in the past. So he don't like it. But in my opinion, this is Hollow's worst battle, bro. He was terrible in this battle to me. Like he lost all 3 rounds. He got mad at DNA over the personals. The nigga even drank from an empty water bottle, bro.
I ain't even got nothing left. I don't even need it.
Somebody else did that too. Like that's just how bad it was. He was complaining about the time limits in the first round. He was doing a bunch of fake psycho lies.
If he play with me, understand the canopy above him like a canopy. After that, the jail cell where I plan to be. I'll stop a nigga from eating like hell rail with his family. I'm done, yo. I'm done. Hello, I'm closing. Psych, I lied. I ain't done with shit. Put the bottle down. I'm on some other shit. Nigga, the Glock on my fucking hip. The chopper sit in the corner like it's on punishment. I ain't done with this. Whew, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. I'm doing 4 battles this year. I won't give you too much. Let him go.
He looked high. He looked like he was on drugs. So I gotta be honest with you. Like a lot of that stuff DNA was saying about him being on drugs, the way he was looking like he had stuff all in his hair, picking all through his hair. It was a bad look for Hollow, to keep it real with you. And this was a battle where he got bodied in this battle. He got bodied in this battle, bro. And the crazy thing, I don't remember a whole lot of what DNA was talking about in this battle when I look back at it, but I remember thinking, yo, you literally got smoked in this battle. So we're not going to stay on this battle long. Bad battle for Hollow. Another battle where you can kind of look at his career and be like, yo, you damn near lost every grudge match. You know what I'm saying? So this was another battle. So we are 18 battles in, and this is a loss for Hollow. So he is 13-5. 18 battles in, 13-5. Make sure you're taking your notes at home. 13-5, 18 battles in. What's next? Joe Budden. You're a total slaughter battle. Joe Budden and versus Hollow the Don. We all know the Total Slaughter reality show. A lot of us got a chance to watch it. I actually thought it was pretty interesting when we were going through it, like the battles between Rex and Cortez and Rex and Big T, and just seeing Rex go through the whole house. It was actually pretty dope. You saw the K-Shine and A-Verb argument around that time. I actually kind of like watching it. I look forward to watching damn near every week that it was coming on. I think like every one time a week it was coming on. I enjoyed watching it. When I entered, this is another bad battle for Hollow, bro. I mean, it's bad for Joe Budden too. It's bad for both of them. When I interviewed Hollow, he told me he purposely threw the battle. And I didn't really understand what he was talking about at first, but he kind of walked me through what he did to personally throw the battle.
It's like a dream. Shady Records, they're telling us, oh, you could get Coca-Cola sponsorships, Beats by Dre. They're selling a dream. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, you know, trying to stand my ground on what not even trying to, I'm standing my ground on what I believe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. So boom, this is my sabotaging part. All the interviews, you can add, well, the battle rappers will probably never tell a story. Probably when I'm dead, they'll tell it. But I was straight disrespecting the whole set. Like at interviews, at shows, I'm doing what the fuck I want to show like y'all can't control this. Y'all don't want a hand in this. Y'all can't control it. So this is what y'all can go back and see that I did. What was my first move? Damn, I don't want to forget it. Fuck it. All right. My first move was the mics. When I got on stage, they was like, round one, Holla, it's on you. I'm like, yo, I ain't got no mic. Y'all never gave me a mic. They did mic me up backstage. The little black bag I had, I took it off and put it in there because I want them to seem incompetent, like they don't know what they're doing. So, yeah, no, this is how far I went with it.
Okay, Slay, we ain't gonna waste another minute. These guys said screw the coin toss, and they both... You ain't got no mic? Y'all didn't mic up Hollow the Don? Fuck it, take my mic. We can have them use my mic. Don't give them my mic. All right, here's the mic. What up, fam? Hey, y'all ready for this?
Because, you know, y'all not showing love for us, it's sabotage. So I took the mic, I stashed the mic in the other bag, so when they was like round one, I'm like, y'all never... It looked like they was unprofessional. While Sway is doing the introduction, I'm walking past him all in the camera, just, you know, and I just did Sway, and I hope he don't got no hard feelings, because it would never be disrespect towards Sway, ever. Like, I love Sway. It was just like he was hired by the enemy. You know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking past him during the fucking interview and shit like that.
All right. Here we go. We got Grammy nominated, MC, reality star, 1/4 of the most respected hip hop conglomerates of all time. One of the bravest in the game right now.
And then y'all see what I did last. I just walked off during the judgment. I wanted to show like y'all can't control this. Y'all don't want part of this. You know, because they're not helping it. Y'all not looking out for us. They're coming in like a label with the mentality of a label. Let's eat the most. So everything else y'all could get from my first round. Like, I don't have to sit here and go back and explain it. If you listen to my first round clear, you hear everything. It's just in metaphors.
So he personally threw the battle. He kind of felt like, you know, Total Slaughter was basically in battle rap for a money grab. They weren't really in there to really like uplift the culture. He was talking about how he tried to put the other battlers on, like the Big T's and the Arsenals and all these other people, but they weren't really trying to see the big picture. He was trying to let them know that they really trying to capitalize on our culture at the end of the day. So he basically just threw the battle. He still ended up winning by the judges because Joe Budden, I think, dropped the mic, walk off the stage. A whole lot of unsportsmanlike type stuff went on in this battle. But this is a battle that you got to say he won. As poor as this battle was, still was a battle he won. So we are 19 battles in, and he is 14-5. 19 battles in, and he is 14-5. What's next? Geechi Gotti. Geechi Gotti versus Holla the Don, man. This is the 20th battle I'm going to talk about, man. I always thought this battle was close. I know Holla won the votes. I know he's winning on the app right now. And if I did a poll, Holla would probably be winning about 70-30 versus Geechi Gotti. I think this was around the time when a lot of people was tired of Geechi, to keep it real with you. He had already won Champion of the Year twice. People was feeling like his material is not evolving enough. And they just was like, yo, it's just the same old thing with Geechi. I've been to a funeral. I shot a person. I killed a person. You know, I was raised by my gun. My gun mean more to me than my mama. And all this other stuff. People were just tired of hearing that. But Geechi actually had a good battle, bro. Yes, that's why I say this battle was close. Round one, I was scary in my prime. Ask all my exponents. They the reason I'm still carrying a 9. I like that. Prime is for prime numbers, exponents, opponents. Reason why I'm carrying a 9, all math equations. You tweaking if you think making out of this lifestyle ain't a blessing. Going to the club and pouring out liquor is considered bottle service in my section. Like that. This is a body for all the fans to witness. Knock you out and stump you in your LOM clothing. I stand on business. He had a rock, paper, scissors bar. A Death was the first filter bar. And a DJ Envy, you should have known I wasn't coming for real. Basically playing off the whole viral moment of DJ Envy wife saying that she was faking her orgasm. Hollow comes back in the first round. They got a Bayside Saved by the Bell bar. We've heard Saved by the Bell bars before. No, nothing crazy, but the Bayside was playing off Geechi nickname. You in Texas, nigga. Down here they'll make a Batman sit in jail. Lock up a churchgoer. They'll even deny a Christian Bale. Nice line. Christian Bale played Batman. Batman sit in jail. They even deny Christian Bale. Like that. I seen a young and cold-blooded. He got sickle cell. Sickle cell, cold-blooded. I seen a young and cold-blooded. He got sick of cell. Missed college. And when he got shanked, he didn't get to Yale. I like that bar, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Yale, that's in Y-A-L-E, the college. He missed college. And when he got shanked, he didn't get to Yale. Cold-blooded. Sickle cell, I like that. And he started saying, I know dead niggas too, playing off the whole Geechi Gotti. All you talk about is the dead people that you know. He had a greedy Gotti line in here. We gonna touch on that later, basically playing off the greedy Gotti, touching on women joint. And he went through his resume, you know what I'm saying, which was pretty nice. This round to me is close. I think the diversity for Hollow is why a lot of people give this round a Hollow a little bit more. I actually like a lot of what Geechi was saying. He even had a Dwayne Wade bar, which was prevalent at the time because, you know, everybody was, you know, Dwayne Wade's son going through the whole transgender thing. I thought Geechi had a good round. I would probably edge Hollow just on the versatility of it, but I can't be mad if somebody had Geechi winning round one. So I got the first round going to Hollow. Geechi comes back in the second round. He's going over the unloyalty of Hollow, which is pretty much a redundant topic at this time. Math had touched on it. John had touched on it. Numerous battle rappers had already touched on it. He also talked about why you don't have a store. You got LOM. You was the first clothing brand and niggas started rocking. You don't even got a storefront. I thought that was a clever angle. I think this round would have hit more if he wouldn't have just stayed on it for so long. It became more of like a preaching round, like one of them Lux third kind of rounds than actually haymakers and bars, except the nigga ain't Lux though, so he didn't really deliver it the way Lux would. Started talking about the loyalty. He touched on the charity event that they did, which was big. You know what I'm saying? Him, Danny Myers, Big T, and Hollow all did the charity event. We didn't know a lot of the details. All we know is it looked like Hollow had robbed the culture and tried to line up his pockets on the side. He could have touched on that a little bit more. I felt like he kind of dropped the ball and really delving into that even more. But that was pretty much Geechi Gotti's second round. Hollow comes back in the second round. He starts off his round with kind of like a little dry spot. Then he gets into like an Outkast bar. I ain't Rum Nitty. He like to split shit. I would have made you take the whole $150. That was all right. I got the arm out the window like I'm trying to signal late. How many niggas skate? Shit, I figure 8. Figure 8, skate. Nice little flip on that. Got the arm out the window. That was a pretty clever bar right there. He had a tree bar that was pretty nice.
And then he tried to push his weed that he got from his supplier. He said, does he have B? I said, I don't think that is fire. You don't even smoke. He said, no, but it's some good tree and I stand behind it.
This round to me, this round is another close round. I actually appreciate some of the stuff Geechi was talking about in the second round. But once again, he stayed on the angle so long, I thought it hurt him. It became more of a talking to round and not enough haymakers. I think people got tired of it over the course of 3.5 minutes. So I actually also edged Hollow in his second round. But when I actually listened to these first 2 rounds from Hollow, I never thought they were so crazy to where Geechi could not be winning this battle at this point. Geechi comes back in the third round. This is where he really turned up, in my opinion, especially coming off the second round. I feel like he probably felt like he was losing this battle so far, and he felt like he needed to turn up. Imagine a chick calling me a deadbeat when the whole block watched me raise my 9. Trap looking like a layup line. That was fire.
I don't know what that's about. Before I had a beard to shave, I was saving dimes. Fiends coming and going. Trap looking like a layup line. Nigga, don't waste my time.
I made niggas shit on themselves from the sound of the gun. Then was bowel movements. I like that. My partner talked about death so much he got morning breath. That was Geechi third round. Hollow, you on every effing card. This was actually significant, man, because Geechi was about on every damn card. And the crazy thing is when you watch this battle live, right after this battle, they announced a Geechi battle. This is when they announced him battling Disaster. And it was almost like Hollow was telling you, you're on every effing card. And then as soon as the battle ended, URL played a commercial for Disaster versus Geechi, which I thought was kind of crazy the way that panned out. All of this King of the Dot money, you never put your money where your mouth is, playing off the fact that he didn't get his teeth fixed. I didn't quite understand the Greedy Gotti angle because it's pretty clear that Geechi isn't Greedy Gotti. So I don't know where you and R. Kelly getting 30. He called him Greedy Gotti, Geechi Gotti. You and R. Kelly getting 30 in the same month. That was kind of interesting. And then he had a Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith line. I gave Geechi Gotti the third, man. I gave Hollow the first 2 rounds barely, and Hollow won this battle 2-1 in my opinion. So we are 20 battles in, and Hollow is 15-5. 20 battles in. Make sure you're taking your notes at home, and Hollow is 15-5. What's next? Pat Stay versus Hollow the Don, man. The 21st battle I'm gonna talk about on this list. This was actually a rematch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to discuss the first battle. It was only a 1-round battle. So it was good to see that King of the Dot was able to set up this second battle, the rematch between them. So shout out to Nakaya. Nakaya was a big deal with King of the Dot. He was doing all of the massacre events, man. He brought a lot of battles to battle rap. So shout out to him. He had won a little bit of lottery money. He was putting some money in the battle rap. But I'm not going to play a lot of clips in this particular battle, so I'm just going to talk about it. Hollow comes in the first round. He starts talking about how you let me 3-0 you in a 1-round battle, because their first battle was 1 round. He basically saying I 30'd you already, but it was only a 1-round battle. Organic, watch what you saying. I ain't seeing, dog. Nakaya, this pit messed up my performance. I should wet your head like a chia dog. I'll die for my respect. I'm talking to all 3 of y'all. Basically talking to Gully, Nakaya, and Organic that was in the front row. Maybe even Bishop Brigante. I don't know, one of them 3. But that was playing off the whole Birdman Breakfast Club joint. You remember that. He had the backstroking bar, which was pretty fire at the time. A lot of niggas were saying it was a recycle. It was actually a recycle. I'm not saying he stole it, because you never know if a nigga actually watched the bar. But the bar is so unique that it's kind of hard to think 2 people would say the same bar. That bar was kind of like a different kind of bar.
I want to say about this. Here's a battle that says it's sponsored by LOM. That's what it says. I'm just watching it. I'm not there. We still don't know if Hollow was really there or not. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he's saying. But okay, even if he wasn't there, just look at what's being displayed. There's a battle that says Hollow was there because they edited him in there. They got the LOM advertisement in the beginning, and here's a nigga saying the same exact bar that this nigga said. Come on, if y'all going, you know what I'm saying? If y'all going to jump out the window, I feel like that's something to jump out the window on. Okay. But no, it's Hollow. and I'm John. I'm bitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Hollow took that bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying look at it. You know what I mean? Look at it. That looked more like a stolen bar than anything y'all said. You know what I'm saying? I took.
Yeah. Now, like, not really a bar you would think two people would come up with and do it the same way. And they both did the whole backstroking thing. And I don't know. I think Hollow actually hosted the event that the dude did the backstroking bar. So it kind of, at the time, it kind of seemed like he might have taken that bar. Then he had a little twister bar at the end. Hollow had a pretty solid first round, bro. I can't front. Pastay comes back. He has some mustache jokes. Remember, he's looking at Hollow and he's like, you know, talking about his Hollow. And then he goes a whole, a look at you, bro. That was hilarious, man.
You got it hooking too, bro? Look at you go.
That was hilarious. R.I.P. to Pastay. This is basically what he was known for, the jokes, the charisma, everything like that. And he is definitely missed in battle rap, man. You gonna talk about me being a drunk. You sober, huh? You can act like you clean if you want, but you can't spell clean without the lean, so we can all see it's a front. Pretty nice bar right there. He had a face swap bar. I gave Hollow the first round, too well rounded. Even if you think the backstroking bars are recycled, I still feel like he gave you a little bit more in that first round. With or without the backstroking bar, I got Hollow winning round one. Round two, Hollow basically rebuttals the whole mustache joint and the lean bars from Pastay. And this is what Hollow is good at. You know what I'm saying? You not only got to beat him in his round, you also got to beat his rebuttal. So he rebuttals that pretty nice. You a bully without bars. This is just too real. He flew to Sweden mid-battle. He lifted up Neil, and he won that battle because that was the first time he picked up skills. That is fire. The Venom Machine bar, because I think Pastay had choked. He was like, Venom Machine, sometimes your bars get stuck. Like that. He had some gun jokes. He had a mass shooting bar, which was also fire because the event that they was battling at was called a massacre. So that was also kind of clever. A few little gun bar jokes at the end. Typical versatility from Hollow that he was giving you in the second round. Pastay comes back in the second round. He has a prison scheme. I don't think it went over as well as it could because it sounded low-key kind of racist. I can't even front. He was talking about how his ancestors had built up the prison and they were basically taking money and having the prisoners do all the work or whatever. And, you know, I think Hollow took offense to it because he addressed it in the third round, but I'm going to get to that. So, but then he kind of flips the bar to kind of show that it's not racism. Basically, he was basically acting like it was racism in the beginning, but then coming back and saying, see, you would think that that was racist if I said this, this, and this. But at the same time, Hollow rebutted it in the third round, so that was kind of crazy. And then he spent the rest of the round breaking down Hollow bars, talking about the chickenpox bar, touch me, you gonna get it, and the creamy peanut butter, you ain't got no nuts, basically saying peanut butter got nuts in it. So even if it's creamy peanut butter, it's still made of nuts. Which is actually true, you know what I'm saying? Which is actually true. But Hollow's second round to me was still too much. So I already got him winning the first two rounds of this battle. Third round, Hollow pretty much rebuttals the prison scheme mid-round. This was after he goes into the Drake tinfoil bar. He parlays that into a prison rebuttal mid-round, which was actually pretty nice. And then he does a little interview at the end where he, you know, I want you to define, you say you real, I want you to define real. And he starts doing interview questions. That was pretty cool, but I thought Pastay had a better third when he went the whole loyalty angle. And I just talked about this when we were talking about the Geechi Gotti battle, and we were talking about the amount of people that had already touched on Hollow's loyalty. Pastay was another one early on that touched on it. So you had Pastay, you also had Mav, you also had John touched on it, all before all before Geechi. So that angle was honestly getting kind of old, bro. But Pastay's angle, I thought it was nice. He's talking about Hollow only wanting to battle when he can get a percentage of the pay-per-view. He talked about like he's always trying to get money from not only the league but the fans. He talked about how Hollow be trying to set up battles and take all the money. And he talked about the LOM clothing disloyalty joint. And he also had a crazy bar. What's loyalty over money if your loyalty is overpriced? And I thought that was fire. I thought that was definitely fire. So I gave Pastay the third. I gave Hollow the first two rounds of the battle. So we are 21 battles in, and Hollow is 16-5. 21 battles in, Make sure you're taking your notes. And Holla the Don is 16-5. What's next? Arsenal the Rebel versus Holla the Don. This is the second battle that they had, the rematch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rematches occurred when I got locked up. You had this battle was a rematch. And I mean, a lot of grudge matches got set up after I got, and this was a grudge match. I remember Holla saying that he would never battle Arsenal, and come to find out he ended up battling him. So that was cool to see. You also had you had QB and Bonnie, you had Bill Collector and Hitman. You had a lot of grudge matches occurred during that 2-year period of like 2017 through 2019. You know what I'm saying? Holla's first round of this Arsenal battle is one of the more well-rounded rounds I ever heard him spit. He had a great intro, great cadences. He set the tone really, really well. And when he put his jacket on, my nigga, and went back to the old Fight Club days, he absolutely snapped on Arsenal, man.
Nigga, you got something that you owe, Hollow. So I loaded with the old Hollows. Hold on, stop my time. For me to really beat this nigga, I gotta turn into the old
Nigga said a lot of shit got birthed. You was scheming and doing setup first. They had me looking crazy. You knew we was battling twice. That's too gazy. So you think I'm gonna come out here and on the tube tied? I'm not having it, baby.
I'm an 09 shatter, a time traveler, rhyme battler that go back in time and design calendars to find challengers. My mind patterns are cryptic, I write backwards. The lines scatter, I decode them as I practice. Just to show that mind matters and mind matters. I have his mind matter, they find scattered all over his wine china cabinet while I mic jacket like I'm battered.
Hollow first round. This is one of the better first rounds he didn't spit ever in battle rap, bro. Like his first round versus Arsenal, I feel like is just a mixture of grind time, a mixture of street shit, a mixture of just the well-roundedness of him. So I fuck with his first round. Ars comes back in the first round. Ars' first round is pretty fire too, man. One thing about Arsenal that I always can appreciate, he actually has one of the best deliveries ever in battle rap, man. In battle rap history, Arsenal you could argue he has probably the best delivery in battle rap history. To battle rap, I'm on some god shit. Twins named Nina. Who you want to menage with? 2 fine chicks. Closest thing to a dime, right? Nonsense. Knowing you gotta battle me after signing that fine print is more dangerous than pocket dialing your wifey while you with your side bitch. That was nice. He had a let it go sub that was dope. Chest shot, hand on his heart, turning him into Red Fox. Stomach shot, Walmart exit, right by the red box.
Chest shot, hand on his heart, turn him to Red Fox. Stomach shot, Walmart exit, right by the red box. Then bow to the back of the cranium till your head pop. And once you hit the ground, the Hulkamania left.
Ars had a nice first round, man, but it was not messing with Hollow's first round. I got him winning round 1. Round 2, I thought Hollow kind of got out of his element in the second round. I felt like he was cursing out everyone, even Arsenal's daughter, being super disrespectful. And I just felt like he tried to play into what Arsenal was known for. And one of the reasons why he told me he would never battle Ars was because he felt like Ars would be too disrespectful. And come to find out, when he battled him, as soon as he starts his second round, he's being like super disrespectful. I guess he was trying to match Ars' energy through shots at UW. How come your crowd was always dead? Basically saying Ars still owe him $5K. He said that. He proposed to never leave the ring, but got mad to never get a ban. He had me pissed. One hitter stand with 2 arms crossed. I'm a Reggie fan. And then pushing and shoving, and then he had a total slaughter set up at the end. This round was kind of like a mixed bag. Like he had some decent stuff here or there, but the pushing and shoving and disrespect, I felt like this round took him out of his flow. He was flowing in the first round, come back in the second round. I think he got out of what was working for him, to keep it real with you. Ars comes back in the second round. He was being extra aggressive due to the whole little altercation. I felt like this round kind of threw Ars off a little bit too. He kind of has, like, both of them had good first rounds, and both of their second rounds was drop off. You know, Ars opened up very aggressive following the whole altercation. He had a Black Panther bar, which was pretty decent. But then a nigga says, my penis is too big, so I don't have to use a condom. I told your chick to let me use her bonnet. I'm like, what? Like, you know, Ars is known for a bunch of random shit, and this was just no exception, man. He almost choked in this round, but he kind of fixed it real quick, got into a freestyle. So I'm not going to say he choked, kind of saved himself, to keep it real with you. He started talking about how Hollow betrayed Mav. That was a pretty nice angle, though. The nigga said, so when you screaming LOM, we know you're bluffing. Mav thought you was somebody he could lean on, but come to find out you wasn't nothing but some Robitussin. Like that bar. This round is debatable, man, so I'm going to leave it at debatable right now as we move into the third round. Hollow third round. The reason why I left it as a debatable because Hollow kind of took off from him in the third round, and I got him winning the first and the third. In the third round, the nigga fucked Arsenal up when he said this.
Can get direct, like, didn't you and your baby moms break up? Ain't irony a bitch. This nigga done rapped about everybody kids. Now we gotta get permission to see his.
He had a ring card, white girl, kind of rebuttal, and he also had an L Wisdom bar. 1/3 of your league owners is a cop. Don't be looking mad, goofy. I ain't gonna lie, before the Lux battle, he had me mad shook saying he was gonna book me. That shit was funny, man. Hollow just gave you too much, man, as far as like the freestyles, the rebuttals, the jokes and everything. Arsenal third round, he was bothered by the time limits. He was complaining. He was rapping in a rapid place, misplacing his bars. Shit wasn't really connecting. He discussed the John fight, and he had like an Inspector Gadget bar. I got Hollow clearly winning the third and winning the first. The second is debatable. So we are 22 battles in, and Hollow is 17-5. 22 battles in, and Hollow is 17-5. What's next?
Let's get to these knife bars. I said a knife in them. That's nice. A knife in them. That's slicing. Well, let's get to these gun bars. I said there's so many that I got to shoot you. The gun blacker than Shaka Zulu and the bullet hotter than Honolulu. So diss me about whipping Yola. I lift them higher than a hippie stoner. I'm a rider like that bitch Winona, but nicer than a kidney donor. The irony of that, I heard he pimping in Nova Scotia. Oh, you getting bread? You got a gangster boo? I'm in that project pad, I'm looking for that chicken head. When I pull up, I give her 8 balls. She play with my pool stick, no practice hall. I said, cool, bitch, but you know how this goes, so first rack the balls. I mean, I thought she was a B cup, but she was an A when she took off that padded bra, but that ass was so fat. A real nigga wasn't mad at all. She said, Hollow, you number 1, you beat number 2. Who's that, Charlie Clips? I said, oh, don't talk of that shit. She said, oh, I got an awesome crib. I came through. She bought me gifts, a barrage of gifts, and bought some pips. Then she wanted to role play. So I tied her up. Then robbed the bitch, bombed the crib, arms get, nah. You know, that's just dirty, bitch.
Disaster. This was a surprise battle on the Massacre card. You know what I'm saying? Hollow versus Disaster. It would have been better if it was a 3-round battle because I think these two, you know, there was a lot of talk about maybe Disaster and Hollow needed battles sooner or later because they was, you know, seemed to be somewhat cool or whatever. But we didn't know if they would battle because of the whole Mav and Hollow situation and their friendship or whatever, or lack of friendship. So we didn't really know where this battle was going to go. And I remember hearing that this was going to be a surprise battle. And I was actually supposed to be going to this event, and I ended up not going. This event was like right after I got locked up, and I ended up not going to this event. But this battle needed to be 3 rounds, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we only got 1 round, but we going to still pick a winner anyway. Hollow starts off, after coin toss, I'm going to go first, not to set the tone, but so the fans doesn't have to fast forward through your verse. Like that. We don't hate LA rappers. We just say that you weak, but you Muslim, so you still got to pray to the East. I like that too. I like that. We had to do a surprise battle because you didn't make up with Mav. I should stand here and rap for an hour so he could have time to drive here and kick your ass. Hollow is just too much in this round, man. A little bit of personal stuff, to pray to the East bar. You only gangster because you got niggas active behind you. That's like a double play on words. You only gangster because you got niggas active behind you. He also talked about how Disaster will battle anybody. He'll even battle the host. The way he set that up was fire, bro.
I say you'll literally battle a damn goat. Bro, you battled everybody in King of the Dot except for the... Bro, you even battled the damn host.
The way he set that up was fire. Diz came back in the first round. Diz One thing about Diz, man, that nigga always, you know, he'll tell you, oh, I'm about to cook Hollow. I'm about to cook. That's what he was saying. Seeing you on King of Dot is mad weird. So you know I'm the man here. You barely started fucking with us last year. The 6 years prior, you was picking out bugs out of Smack beard. I like that. The 6 prior years, you was picking out bugs out of Smack's beard. Then the nigga had a bunch of filler. Is Boston ready for a disaster? Playing out the whole, I think he was playing off the whole Boston Marathon type of thing.
Mustache you got on, you look like a Puerto Rican reggaeton DJ. Your name should be Holla de Juan.
Yeah, LOM bar, living off merch, basically saying that Holla was a broke dude. He was just living off his merchandise. He started trying to rap like Hollow. I didn't really feel like he gave you anything in this round, to keep it real. I didn't like that disaster's first round. His best bar of the round was dissing me. That's the crazy thing. The nigga had a Chris Unbias bar and dissed me, and that was actually ended up being probably the best. Other than us picking out bugs out of Smack's beard, it ended up being the best bar of the battle. And he obviously tried to OD on the clock, and Hollow stopped him, and then he got all mad and shit like that. Should have been 3 rounds, my guy. It was only 1 round. You try to OD, try to go unlimited on my nigga. Even though this is a 1-round battle, and sometimes I don't judge 1-round battles, Hollow did win this battle pretty clearly. He had the better verse by far in this whole situation. So I got him winning the battle. We are 23 battles in. And Hollow is 18-5, man. 23 battles in, and Hollow is 18-5. What's next? Rum Nitty versus Holla the Don. It was kind of a grudge match, I guess. They had been bickering and arguing. They used to be cool, but then they just kind of fell out for whatever reason and decided to battle. This is a pretty close battle on the app. It's like neck and neck on who's winning this battle. So pretty much a toss-up, man. But we gonna always pick a winner. Hollow goes first. He starts off doing some comparison. I'm an accordion. You playing me wrong. Dr. Kevorkian, my patience is gone. He had that whole little setup. I like that. The Ben Simmons bar was actually fire too.
Look, I understand my era gone, and nowadays you can argue anything, opinion strong, like Eminem had the better diss, MGK had the better song. I beat your ass in this battle, your fans say you got the better bars, you just can't fucking win. Against these perjurers, lying stands, call them the Sixers, it's no way I advance. He been shooting like Ben Simmons, but been selling that to Bias fans.
But they support you in all your rhymes. I turn niggas into zombies and father the time. Thinks Drake's barber. I put my heart on the line. That bar is crazy. Think Drake's barber. I put my heart on the line, and Drake was actually in the crowd. That's fire. After that, he lost me a little bit in his round. I can't front. He had the whole little gun. He had the grind time flow with the gun bars. I kind of wasn't really feeling it. I got to keep it real with you. And then he had the Al Crumb Run bar. And he kind of ended kind of awkward. I thought his round was kind of up and down a little bit. It had moments, and then it didn't have moments. Rum Nitty comes back in the first round to take the typical angle. He talks a lot about Hollow switching up. He talks a lot about Hollow not having no loyalty. By this time, Rum Nitty got to realize Pat Stay had talked about it. Mav had talked about it. John had talked about it. Arsenal had talked about it. Everybody had talked about it, bro. Like, we get it. Hollow ain't loyal. You know what I'm saying? And that was his whole thing. He was like, oh, I don't trust you. You'll call the cops, and you the police, and you a snitch, and you ain't loyal, and you this. If I get to tripping, it's a grip of victims, crime scenes, and forensics. Hollows get tested, and then I went ballistic. Okay.
You be on some bitch shit. That's why fam put both feet and hands on you, nigga. When you got beat, it looked bad. Remember that time he put the man in the mirror?
That actually was fire. He had a couple of dry moments, some more loyalty snitch stuff. This first round was kind of hit or miss for both of them. I gave Hollow the first round though. Hollow comes back in the second round. This is when he has the little room shaker bar, which was kind of fire.
Now I got paperless accusations from a late bloomer. I'm up here trying to get y'all room shakers, but yet I gotta shake rumors.
But Hollow spent his second round talking about how he was Miyagi, Rum Nitty was Daniel's son, how he was trying to teach Rum Nitty about business, how he was trying to teach him about his bank account and everything, asking him, where's your dignity, playing off the whole Nitty part. This round kind of hit for me because I do remember when Rum Nitty used to run around with LOM shirts. He used to battle in LOM shirts. So he basically was saying, I put you in LOM shirts. Then you started running around wearing Cigarello shirts. That should have been putting you on game, but you need to get your own clothing line. You need to get your own stuff. Niggas is paying you to wear their merch. That's hustling backwards. I like what he was saying in this round right here because I distinctly remember the nigga Rum Nitty running around with the LOM shirt. So this round actually kind of hit for me. Rum Nitty comes back in the second round. He has a little rum flip that was pretty nice.
I had them niggas trying to find you, didn't it? You even said that you tried to pay them off, hoping that they wouldn't slide through tripping. You tried to bribe dude with it. Thought you was gonna get a pass because of your name and they denied you, Bennett. You said the niggas with me can't do what? What?
You said the niggas that was with me can't do what? Trust me, we was with that. Send a nigga a shot, I'll go postal like a stamp and get my lick back. Like that, he had a Luka Doncic bar, which was pretty nice. He had a sativa pack bar. Hollows are made to get stuck in the target so they don't hit innocent bystanders when they shoot it. So hollows fit you. You're not meant to go through shit. This second round was pretty close. I still gave the second round to Hollow. I still like his angle about trying to teach him and put him on business. Hollow in round 3, more of a talk to you round, talking about how he put on for URL West through KG the Poet. Also talking about how he hooked Rum Nitty up with the little the picture guy and editor guy and engineer, which is the Rez, who works with URL right now. And basically saying that Rum Nitty don't really have a future. Rum Nitty comes back, he has a Sha'Carri Richardson bar that was fire. The Coming to America scheme that was also fire. And the crowd was definitely on Rum Nitty's side. You remember this was around when they was always battling on the West Coast, so it was mad niggas in there throwing up C's and shit. But I gave Rum Nitty the third round, and I got Hollow winning the first 2. So we are 24 battles in, and Hollow is 19-5, man. 24 battles in, Hollow is 19-5. What's next? Passwords. Shout out to Pass, man. It's one of my favorite grind time battles right here, man. I love what Hollow did on grind time. All his battles were fire. They were dope. I love the time limits. I love the fact that they used to judge at the end of the battles. Like everything about grind time I actually liked. I appreciate the fact that it was a pretty, you know, to be a judged league, I thought it was pretty fair for the most part. And the Pass battle is just another example of Hollow being in his element, bro. This is around the time when he used to rebuttal. Damn that, before every round, he would come up with a rebuttal. Hollow goes first in this. His dick rider's gonna hype him up like he's tough. He'll rhyme Hollow with swallow, and they'll be like, woo, how does he write this stuff? I like that. That was fire. Hollow used to always tell you like what you're gonna need to do in order to beat me. That was kind of like a thing of his early on in his career. These are the things you're gonna need to do to beat me.
Way wrong, he can't get me with rhymes. This what I need. Raekwon, Chef and Design, Acorns, Bentley to shine, Dre songs and Eminem's prime. You need Trey Long's Infinite Nines, bombs that's napalm extended the line, and James Bond proximity mines.
I'll shock your homie on some raiding shit. I'll Johnny Cage your hips, and I have my girl Sonya Blade your bitch like that. That was Hollow first round. Pass comes back in the first. Now I'll Hollow the Don. I can't see you. You see through. You Hollow. You gone. He also had, what you think you're the Puerto Rican bitch from Queens, Rosie Perez. First round, pretty close. I still gave the first round to Hollow. Hollow comes back in the second round. He has a Jay Juice rebuttal. I told you he was rebutting every round in this battle, man. How you gonna go from gangster dudes to skater crews? His life's twitching like damn. He don't know if he want to park. He showed up to the park. He didn't know if he wanted to spit on the cam or do tricks on the ramp. Basically saying you ain't nothing but a skateboarder. Stop acting like you some shoot 'em up nigga because you really not that. And then he ends it with the past is ashamed of his past, so I'm going to take him to the future.
Past is ashamed of his past, so I'm going to take him to the future. I'm in 3011 flying to the east-west settings in a GS Legend playing PS7.
So that was Hollow's second round. Pretty solid second round from Hollow. Pass comes back. He has the Kevin Bacon bar Hollow Man thing. Pretty much the same thing he said in the first round, though. It's pretty similar. He started talking about how he's transparent, nothing in between your ears but air. And you a sonogram. And this is what I was saying with Pass. Like he had already touched in the first round about how Hollow is see-through. And then he comes in the second round. He has a sonogram bar, which is seeing through, a transparent bar, see-through, nothing between your ears but air, see-through, and a Kevin Bacon bar. I'm like, you already talked about this. I mean, you talk about it more in detail, but you kind of already touched on a lot of this stuff already. I got Holla winning the second round as well. Holla comes back in the third round, rebuttals the nothing in my ears but air part. The intercom and the generator, the way he acted that out was fire. Last I heard, he just a whack nurse who ain't been seen since Chap Shirts. I'm like, you ain't supposed to see him. He's a password. That shit was crazy, man. You not supposed to see him. He's a password. That is fire. Pass comes back in the third round. You the best in grind time New York. Then I'm breaking the motto. How you in a standard division when your foundation is hollow. That was pretty cool. Damn, did I do something bad? I wanted the Fight Club champ. They gave me the Fight Club punching bag.
I'm in tune with the goons. You a homo rapper. I'm confused, but it's true. Why else would you rip your wife beater off in a room full of dudes?
It was actually a pretty good third round from Pass, but I still got Holla winning the third. This was kind of like a 4-round battle. If it's more than 4 rounds, I could not find the 5th round on YouTube. So all I saw was 4 rounds, and I got Holla winning the first 3, Passwords winning the last one, and Holla winning this battle 3-1. So we are 25 battles in, and Pass is 20-5. 25 battles in, and Pass is 20-5. There's only 1 battle left. Math Hoffa. This is the last battle I'm going to talk about. It ain't really much to talk about, to keep it real with you. This is a grudge match. I don't think Hollow does well in grudge matches. I think he doesn't really like to get too personal. I don't think he likes to kind of go there and kind of expose previous relationships and get super personal. It's kind of like dry snitching when you do a lot of that. And I think he said in the interview he don't really appreciate it. So as you can see, every grudge match he had, he almost lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it was a real grudge match, like him and John. Like, every one he lost. The first round was pretty cool from Hollow with the split splash stuff. He had like a bank scheme, a Mav bank scheme was pretty nice, but it wasn't enough. Mav had some serious animosity coming into this battle, bro.
Yeah, you beat us, but it ain't matter because he was punking you. John took your Don status and put a slump in you. Now your name ain't the same and it troubles you. Because Hollow's just a hoe with 2 L's. Now he owe y'all a W.
He wrote very personal. He was very direct. And while Hollow at times was spitting bars,
his fire battle was Iron Solomon. The joints with Rex, they was all cool. But them big Summer Madness stages, even your pedigree, your dog food, your karma starting to show in your battles, Mav. Stop acting like a hard goon, but he's so negative, he only develops in a small room.
Mixed with some personals, Mav seemed to come with all personals, and it was all like crazy bars. And this is one reason why I give Mav a lot of credit, and I don't really down him as much as other people do in battle rap. I feel like with Mav, if you have him battle someone that he knows and he can use personals, you're going to get a very good Mav.
I don't care about your angles and how you spin that. Because hollow points shatter upon impact. I'm a father of 4. And I take care of moms. I keep shit intact. I do charities every year for the kids. I even give back. You in the hood. Your rent $750. What's with the rich act? Right. Duplex, big ass balcony. See where I lived at. I went down a scale, but still know the way so I could get back. You sold weed. I sold coke. And I was getting that. But now, I talk to kids in jail. Inspire them with a chit chat. They can lean on me. To lean on you or get them sent back. That's big facts.
If you give him somebody that he's not that familiar with, a new up-and-comer like an Av or somebody, that's how someone like Av can beat him. But in a battle like this, where he has time to battle you and knows a lot about you, and the animosity is there and he don't mind going there, it's a whole different Mav. We don't need to stay on this long. Mav won all 3 rounds of this battle. I got him pretty much getting 30. There was a little bit of scuffling in this battle between entourages of Mav and somebody on Hollow's side. But overall, they still managed to complete the objective, have a pretty dope battle. But Mav was just too much, took the gloves off, got super personal, and pretty much destroyed Hollow, bro. He pretty much destroyed him in this battle. So we are 26 battles in. That is the end of the battle record. Hollow is 20-6, man. That is a pretty good battle record. We can disagree on some few battles, so y'all let me know which ones y'all disagree on. But for the most part, 26 battles. To be 20-6, a testament to the greatness of Hollow. So salute to him. Chris Unbias. Man, subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be a hater your whole life. Unbias.